Hornet Football Summer Camps Incorporated proudly welcomes you to our live stream this evening. We are grateful to both school districts for allowing us to provide this service to a regional and national audience. Our organization is independent and not associated with the Richland School District. Any discussion in the live stream does not necessarily reflect the views of the Richland School District.
Here at Foremost Farms, just like football, we understand the value of a great team. It takes a complete team effort to be the largest cheese producer in the great state of Wisconsin. If you'd like to join our team, apply now at foremostfarms.com careers. Go Hornets!
Good evening, Jerry Lynch alongside Mark Chambers. Tonight's contest between the Richland Center Hornets on homecoming Friday night is between the Richland Center Hornets and the new rival Westfield Pioneers. The Westfield comes in at 2-4 overall, 1-3 in the conference. They're in the South Central Conference, and last week they lost to Wisconsin Dells in a conference game. I believe it was 40-8.
Yeah, good to see you tonight, Jerry. This Pioneer team, they're going to be a run-heavy team. That's definitely what the defense, Hornet defense, can expect from them tonight. Their senior running back, Hunter Goodwin, he's kind of a horse for them. 532 total yards so far this year on the ground. And then their junior quarterback, Cash Kangas. He's got some wheels himself. He's put up 300 yards on the ground so far this season.
Yeah, and as I mentioned, the game with the Dells, but both their wins and their losses have been really lopsided. So their two wins are over Palmyra Eagle 34-8 and Poynette 26-8. So they won those games pretty handily. And then their losses of 40-0, 44-6, 50-12, and of course last week 40-8 to the Dells.
Yeah, and you're going to see this Westfield team, as far as their numbers, they're pretty low. So that's going to be obviously players hitting on both sides of the ball, and we're no stranger to that obviously either. But on the defensive side of the ball, talked a little bit about their running back and their quarterback. On the defensive side of the ball, look for them to have a 5-2 defense. They're going to be a little soft in the corners. I was talking to the coach about that, and I was asking him, what are we going to find from them? And he said definitely on the corners, on the outsides, they're going to draw their corners back, maybe 12, 15 yards, something like that. So keep an eye on that, maybe some passing opportunities, and we'll bring that up in just a second, Jerry. Defensively also for them, number 50 Maritz, 57 Hockerman, and 81 Swan. And all three of those guys I think were out there as captains for them. They're going to lead the sack totals with 7 total sacks. But brings us up to our next point.
Again, tonight, the Hornet offense, we're going to get a little different look. Tonight's starting quarterback will be Drew Poles. You've seen Drew play some at times this year. He'll start at quarterback due to an injury to Connor Ellenson this week in practice. So that might change a little bit of our offensive philosophy about the way we attack the Westfield defense.
Yeah, that the defensive sets, with that being a 5-2, we're gonna try and look for some gap opportunities. I was talking with the coach about maybe hitting those B gaps. So the option plays will probably be drawn back a little bit. So instead of having that run pass option like we had with Ellenson, you might not see that as much tonight for our Hornet offense. But keep your eyes open for a few new combinations, some formations. But we're gonna pound the rock all night tonight.
Okay, we're getting ready for the opening kickoff. Kicking from north to south, the Hornets, who must have won the toss and elected to defer to the second half. And that would be my guess.
Try to keep it in play. And here comes Westfield.
There's that Brock Lewis.
I was going to say, guess who the first player is down there?
And he makes the tackle.
Brock Lewis and Bryson Clarkson. Thank you, folks, for joining us tonight on our homecoming. So, Jerry, tonight we got a homecoming opponent that we have never played before, I don't think.
Not to my recollection, not in football.
Yeah, and so Westfield kind of up by the Adams Friendship area, kind of northeast of that. So they made a heck of a trip coming down here. But again, their numbers pretty small. You're going to see the same numbers on the field a lot tonight with those guys.
I'll tell you what, you look at the crowd, and it's just, it gets you excited. Lots of people here, lots of people coming out on a beautiful, gorgeous night on October 1st. And everywhere you look, it's orange and black. Yeah. Orange and black everywhere.
It's looking really good. Here's kind of that psycho package on defense. Going to be pitch out to the right side, and that's going to be, that's that Goodwin.
Hunter Goodwin?
Yep. Gains of about 5 or 6 on that one. So again, Jerry, they're going to try that run. They're going to try to establish that. And you and I were talking just a little bit before we got on air. Kangas, their quarterback, this junior, I was saying that kid can launch it down the field. He's got an arm.
Got an arm on him. That's something to keep in mind. You don't want to let the receivers get behind the secondary and give him time because he can hurt you.
And that's the thing that Coach is looking at. Coach Darling, again, wanted to try and pitch shutout tonight, so we'll see if that happens. Pitch to the other side.
Yep.
There he is again,
Here
same
comes
guy.
Hunter Goodwin again, senior.
And he's going to get enough.
Run out of bounds
down.
by Bryce Hillers.
Yep. So that's gain of about 6.
Yep. Picked up about 12 yards on those first 2 plays, first and 10. Pioneers. Like I said, just an absolute gorgeous night for this time of year. Maybe even a little bit on the hot side even. Like I was telling you on the way in, instead of smelling the nice fresh smell of brats, it was mosquito spray.
Yeah.
So that's kind of odd this late, but
It certainly is.
definitely a factor.
Shotgun formation.
There's
same
another
play
as
pitch
the
out to
first
that
play.
side, and we're going to sniff it out this time. That's
Little different
Nate Fogo.
result. Little different result this time.
Yeah, there was.
Nate Fogle was there and made the play for a big loss.
That's got to be a loss of 10.
It's pretty darn
Maybe
close.
11.
Yeah, it's
That's a big loss.
That's what you want to do. Put them in second and long.
Right.
Again, they do throw. They like to throw deep, so we want to make sure we account for that. Hopefully, we can get the kind of pressure on Kangas that we got on the quarterback last week.
Right. And Jerry was bringing some stats in. You and I were talking about that. His quarterback rating, Kangas' quarterback rating, is like a 107. He can pitch the ball down the field. He's pretty accurate in his completion rating. So we'll see what happens here. And
yeah, he's a junior. I believe he's the coach's son, and they do have a junior-laden lineup. So
yeah,
looks like we got a pre-snap foul here on the offense.
It looks like
illegal procedure.
Yep.
Something with the formation. Could be a number of things. Mouth guard out, anything, So whatever it was definitely pre-snap. So now it's second and forever.
Second and 18 is what they got up at the scoreboard right now, but that looks that might be 18. It looks a little bit longer than that to me, though.
It sure does.
Right up the middle this time.
Just straight ahead to Hunter Goodwin again.
Yep.
Gang tackled by the Hornets.
And I think that's
looks like Teague Perkins.
Yeah. Speaking of Teague,
kind of bulldogged him to the ground.
Just plugged up that middle.
Yeah, nice play by Teague, and really they didn't get much of that back. So now you're looking at maybe 3rd and 18.
Yeah, I would say
that might be more like the 18 there.
Speaking of Teague Perkins, Coach Schwartz players of the game: Brock Lewis, Teague Perkins, Aaron Davis, and Connor Ellenson. That's always nice when you can get 4 players on there. You're seeing the stats up there for those guys right now. Brock Lewis had himself a heck of a game last night, as did Teague.
Yep, and Teague and Brock made it up into the booth to have a little talk with us after the game. Really a nice interview with those 2 young men.
You bet.
Just very polite.
Pressure. That was Perkins again. And
slippery.
Kangas has missed. Yep.
And he just threw it away.
Threw that one away.
Heavy pressure.
Lots of
one
pressure.
of those was Perkins. Looked like maybe Aaron Davis in there too.
I think Davis and Perkins, yeah.
Yep, heavy pressure. Just couldn't quite get to him. But the result of the play is what we'll take because it's 4th and forever, and they're going to probably be in an obvious punt situation here.
And Jerry, the one thing – I'm sorry, go ahead.
I was just going to say our normal punt returner isn't playing tonight, so it'll be interesting to see who we put back deep. Right now we have nobody.
And
there's Deshaun Lee.
So I'm glad they figured that part out. So Lee's going to field this punt.
He might want to get a little deep.
I would say
maybe
there. I think Coach was kind of telling him that. Ooh, but it is a low liner, and he's going to grab it, trying to make some yardage. Here he goes. He's going to the right side.
Wow.
Got a little bit of speed, and he's going to get taken down right at about the 50-yard line. That tackle was made by number 8. That's Monfries.
You got to see a little bit of his explosiveness there as he went against the grain and turned the ground. And
right.
He was really moving, and it's nice to have him back. He had a little trouble last week in his first game with some serious cramping.
Yeah.
And I mean serious. It was.
Yeah, we were talking to Sharon afterwards.
Major pain and stuff. So hopefully he's ready to go this week because we can really use him.
Yep. All right, Paul's under center. Hands it off to Hillers off to the left side. He's got some green. There he goes. See you later, folks.
Yep,
First play from scrimmage. That's going to be a 50-yard run to the house.
50-yard touchdown, Bryce Hillers.
Wow.
On the very first play from offensive scrimmage.
Wow.
That's how you start off homecoming,
Jerry,
2021.
You know what? I was just going to say prior to that snap start, and I said, let's hope that this game we can kind of pick up on our offensive prowess like we had last game because kind of a little bit slow start, but then, man, we started kicking it up, and boy, did we ever start
Absolutely.
off on a good start.
And the thing is, how did it start? It started with a defensive stop.
Yes.
And that's been our forte all the time.
Bread and butter. So Paul's at the hold. Hiller's up with a kick, and that is going to be good. Absolutely.
And that's a 7-0 start. Let's get those cheerleaders with their leg kicks, getting them going.
Yeah,
there might be a few tonight.
They might get a workout this evening. And there's that Hornet band that we've been hearing. Love to hear that again. Jeff Barron's not in tonight. We want to give him a shout out. Tomorrow his son gets married, so he wasn't able to make it tonight with all the wedding procedures and whatnot. So we want to give him a huge shout out, getting this band ready for tonight, leaving it in the hands of some capable folks with Pam Kintz and Ryan Meyer. Also got a couple of student leaders out there, Maddie Bauer and Aaliyah Ruland were helping out in the parade today too. So good to see that.
Outstanding. What a way to start the game.
Yeah. Let's hope
again,
we can hear that fight song a lot tonight.
That's been kind of our Achilles heel.
Yeah.
It really has. I mean, up until last week. And last week we started kind of slow, but we turned it on a little bit sooner than we had prior. So
yeah,
we're getting better at coming out of the blocks and because typically our second quarter has been our real big quarter.
It has been our go-to.
Boy,
yeah.
I like this better. I like jumping on people. That's what you're gonna get a lead and then make them play uphill.
Yep.
So they got 3 receivers back deep for this next kickoff. Second one of the game for Bryce Hillers.
And you got to think he's probably going to try and put it in play again, maybe around on the 5-yard line, and that's where number 3, Hunter Goodwin, their running back, is sitting right now.
I think if I look at my statistics right now, it looks like Bryce Hillers is averaging 50 yards a carry.
Yeah, not a yard more or less. Man, your math is great.
It is unreal.
Did you teach science? I thought you taught science.
Well,
not math.
sometimes.
Right,
nice high and deep kick. There's
And,
Lewis down there again.
This is going to be number 1. This is Tommy Huff, and he's going to get
run out of bounds
bounds.
just over the 20.
Yep, about the 22-yard line.
By Nate Fogle and being pursued from behind heavily by Brock Lewis.
Shocker again.
He's like, I'm not running to the right because 12's over there. So notice both of them have come this way. He's down there like he's shot out of a cannon.
Yeah, I'm wondering if maybe they watched a little game film from last week.
I'm thinking probably.
Yep.
So, yeah, this is just outstanding. And like I said, I mentioned it earlier, what a turnout. We won't probably have as many visitors online because everybody's here.
Yeah, you guys are seeing the crowd right now panning
cow.
across. I mean, it's there's rarely you can't hardly find a spot.
I know it. And I know a lot of our listeners that typically listen week in, week out. I've seen some of them walk in tonight.
Yeah.
So that's great. That's great that you can be here
Absolutely
with the orange and
good
black.
to see those folks, yeah.
Get the old jerseys out.
Yeah, we were seeing that.
Whatever it takes is awesome.
So gain of 1 on that. That was, I believe that was Goodwin again. 2nd 9 from about the 23-yard line. So Jerry, the first two plays for Westfield, 2 runs, 11 yards, gets them a first down. Then after that, they just kind of work themselves backwards.
Yeah, they tried that simple little, just straightforward, straight pitch to the right. And
yep.
And
and
okay, what's the little flat pass here?
Yep. And he's got a little bit of room, but that looks like Bryson Clarkson. I think Bryce Hiller's got there first. Oh, no, that was Dyshawn Lee that then came in at the end. Not 21, it was 24.
Yep, and that was Irvin Myler. Irvin Myler on the reception and the run, number 25. So you'll see him. He's one of their feature players as well.
Yep.
Myler and Kangas.
Yeah, they kind of work them out of the backfield.
Goodwin.
You'll see
Huff.
Yeah.
Those are kind of their marquee guys.
A lot of action out of the backfield, too. A lot of motion going on with them. 2 receivers left, 2 receivers right, shotgun formation. 1 back behind the QB. And he's going to look to throw a quick pass across the middle. That's going to be number 8, Monfries with the reception.
And that's enough for first down yardage.
Yep.
They're going to move the chains again. Just a simple little hook route. Just kind of straight up the field. Set down on his route. Just he's a big dude too.
Yeah.
So he's a big target. Just nothing special. Hoping that he can get a little run after the catch, but actually we did a nice job of coming up and wrapping him up and putting him on the ground.
Yeah, Monfries is a junior wide receiver, 6'1", 220, Jerry. He's a big kid.
Like I said, they're very junior laden in terms of their lineup.
2 receivers set again. Shotgun snap for Kangas. Here's a snap, a little bit low, but he got a hold of it right away. Now a little screen. That's going to be Huff on the reception
and Bryce Hillers on the tackle.
Tried to run kind of that screen with those 2 receivers there, Jerry. Create a little confusion on those cornerbacks. or the outside linebackers who are coming up to pick up one of those receivers.
Yeah, a little pick play there, but just out in the flats and similar to what you saw Hornets do last week with our trips.
Right.
And running that inside route with Deshaun Lee.
All right. Oh, getting a little pressure on him, and he's going to go down. That's going to be a sack. I think that's Aaron. Nope. It's
Colton Stibbe. Colton Stibbe on the play for a tackle for a loss. I guess you'd have to call that a sack since it was the quarterback.
Yeah, it was.
Nice play, Colton. That's a nice job. We had other hats to the football too, but he was the first to get there and make the nice wrap-up tackle. That'll make it 3rd and a long 10.
Yeah, and coach was looking for that. That's what he wanted on the QB. He didn't want to give him time to throw. Wants to get pressure in that backfield right away, disrupt his timing if he's going to try and throw. And you can see that, again, those receivers are definitely capable. Two receivers right, 2 receivers left.
Boy, everybody's up in the box.
Psycho package again, and they're going to run up the middle. And we got a flag. That's not stopping the play. And I'm not sure he's going to get anything for yardage on that.
Coming from the back,
yeah.
It's got to be a motion shift or something. Yeah, there you
shift.
go. I think had it been encroachment, you'd have seen it from the side judge.
Right. All right, so they're just going to take the loss down. 4th down and that long 10. Deshaun Lee back to try to receive this kick. This is going to be Monfries with the kick. Last one is kind of a low liner. Go ahead.
I'd like to see them give this guy a scene.
Yeah, right?
I do. I want to see him run.
Yep.
There he goes.
He might have a chance here. Here we go. Here we go. There he goes. He's still going. Along the sidelines, tried to tiptoe, and he just couldn't do it. Just couldn't do it.
Yeah, he can run.
Boy, he's got some speed.
There's no doubt. Like I said.
You get him in open field?
I want to see what happens when he can get that chance to accelerate like that. Wow.
All right. So,
if they
ball on the
have to
39.
punt enough times tonight, and I think they will, the way things are going,
right,
we might get to see him take one to the house.
You'd be able to see his speed. He's got it. He's got it. Hillers is the here's this overload package. You can see this on the right-hand side. Here it comes to Hillers. He's going to take that side, and here he goes. Gets about a gain of 4. Yep. I'd love to see number 64, T. Boogie, all the way down there, pushing his way down to, he was about the 25-yard line against Hugo Johnson.
We're going to go little tempo here, pick up the pace, no huddle.
Same formation.
Stacking
that right side.
Watching how that defense adjusts.
Yep. Here's the pitch out to that side.
The same side.
There goes Hillers again. Another seam. And there he goes.
There's probably a horse count. Well, maybe not. But
he just grabbed his jersey.
Got a really nice block from Sam Bosworth.
Yep.
Really nice block. So same thing, tempo, no huddle.
Right back up to the line of scrimmage. Same formation.
Just kind of looking at how, I'm kind of watching how the Pioneers, they're not really adjusting to it much.
No, they aren't. They really aren't.
We're just going to keep going that way.
Yep. And now this time it's going to be on the other side with Aaron Davis, and he's going to get a few yards.
Little
nice
counter. Little counter action.
Yep.
Yep.
It's working well.
We've gone unbalanced on offense, but they have not gone unbalanced on defense.
Right.
So it's kind of interesting.
Same formation again.
And again, we were kind of stuck on the hash. Now we're back to the middle of the field. So
right. Let's see how this opens things up.
Watch us come this way again.
Yep. And this time it's going to be a pass. Oh, and he overshot Aaron Davis. He had him wide open.
Yep.
Rolled out to the right side. Did Pauls. Overshot Davis, the intended receiver.
So 3rd and about 3. Obviously 4 down territory. See what happens here.
Well, you also got the boot of Hillers.
You do. So. And again, if we don't make any progress here, that might be what you see. But
right.
We're probably also in 4 down territory.
I would think so too. We've been doing pretty well in offense, trying to get that ball moving north and south. And here it's going to be Hillers. Oh no, yeah, there we go.
He's going to take this.
How
one
about
in?
a touchdown?
Oh,
nice, yeah,
nice
That's
job.
a great move.
My move.
Goodness.
Goes untouched into the end zone.
18-yard gallop into the end zone.
18-yard touchdown run for Bryce Hillers. Number 2 on the night, very early into this ball game. 4:31 to go in the first quarter.
The only negative to that, Jerry, was his yards per carry went down just a little bit. I think he'll take it with the TDs, though.
I think so.
Yeah, I think his yards per carry
just
went
ran
down
out of turf.
Yeah, right.
if he kept running to the Mississippi, maybe.
Then he would have increased that.
Yeah.
So Hiller's on for the point after attempt. Snap is back. It's good. And up through the uprights.
Awesome.
So 14-0 lead right now. 4:31 left in the first quarter. Jerry.
And again, we're back to last week. What's making this happen? Defensive stops and great play from special teams. So special teams, we got a really nice punt return from Deshaun Lee. Set that field position up for us. I'll tell you what, if we're going to play on one half the field, you're going to be in trouble.
Right.
So, I mean, it's the three phases again, all three working for us. I tell you what, when you have that going, you're hard to beat.
Yeah, it's been working for us in either side, honestly. Hiller's first one was the left side, this one the right side.
Yep.
We're just utilizing our numbers, we're utilizing our size, we're utilizing our position players.
Yep.
And with that loss of Ellenson, you got to find another way to get things going. And you can't put a darn thing on Drew Pauls right now with that one incomplete pass. That's it. Other than that, he's been awesome in there. And you'll say this just as well as I would. A handoff is just as important as the throw.
It is. And the other thing that's really, you saw Coach Troxel bring out another wrinkle tonight with the unbalanced line. Really exploiting that. And I really didn't see adjustment by the Westfield defense.
Me either. Low kick, and this one's going to, out of bounds.
It's going to go out of bounds. So that's going to put it at the 35, unfortunately.
And Hillers is not happy with himself, you can see, but the intent was good. The intent was to keep the ball on the ground, try to make them field it on the ground. He just was hoping it wasn't going to roll out, and, it rolled out.
Right. You got to keep those. It's hard. It's hard to do because you're trying to directional kick as well,
right,
so you can get your coverage team where they need to be. And when you do that, sometimes that weird shaped ball takes the role you don't want it to take.
That's why it's not round.
That's right. Maybe we should bring a basketball out here next week. Just kidding. No, it is though, and it goes back to what we talked about with fielding our punts and stuff, because it's going to do some real wacko stuff if you let it hit.
Right, and all of that special team stuff that we kind of put together. And last week, like we said, Jerry, all three facets of the game. Man, we had everything kind of working together. Yep. 2 receivers left, 2 receivers right, 1 receiver in motion. He's going out that way, and it's looked like they're going to try to pitch it. No, he's going to keep it.
Quarterback keeper. Straight ahead, picked up a couple of yards.
Yep, and I believe that's Brock Lewis on the tackle. Sure enough. So he gets about a gain of 2, I think, on that one.
And I keep harping on I know if you listen every week, I've been talking about the difference, how much different it is when you're playing on turf, like we are going to be next week.
Right.
Down at the state tournament, one of the schools that I used to teach at was there playing for a state championship, and one of our punters, who was a good punter, but nothing great, nothing close to what Bryce is, let one fly. The guy let it hit the ground, 72-yard punt.
It's kind of nice.
Yeah, it just rolled and rolled and rolled. Ooh, nice play.
It was nice. Clarkson kind of tried to drag him down, and that was Goodwin. Goodwin just wouldn't drop, and he kind of got cut off balance. And then Tyshawn Lee comes in to clean up the mess. So gain of a few on that one, gave it about 3. So we're about 3rd and 5 right now for Westfield. We got 3:30 and counting left on the clock. So far, Westfield just hasn't had anything explosive, and you would think that that's the thing that's going to try and get them back into this. And I know it's early; it's 3:20 on the clock, or whatever, in the first quarter. But like you said, Jerry, playing uphill, that's a tough road to hoe. So we'll see what happens with this play. 2 receivers left, 2 receivers right, shotgun formation again. Goodwin behind Kangas, who takes the snap. He's going to try to flip it over top, and he just
incomplete, just out of reach.
Just out of reach. That was for Myler.
Myler, yep.
Just missed him.
I see Trevin Thielman taking Connor Ellenson's spot on defense.
Yep.
That safety spot. Again, sometimes you never want an injury, and you certainly don't want one to a talented senior like he is. But what it does is it'll help build your depth down the road. It really does.
Right.
It's going to give someone else an opportunity to be in a role that they weren't in.
Right.
This isn't mop-up time. This is real time here, and so it's great for somebody else to have to come in and make the plays. So
low snap, and Lee's going to take it on the run. Oh man, and he just couldn't get on it. Oh, and I think that's going to be Westfield ball.
Yeah, it is.
He tried to grab it on the run, and it was over end, and he just couldn't haul it in on the run. Because if he did it, man, if he brought that in on the run, I think he was gone, Jerry.
you might, he probably had, as he's coming at that ball, he probably saw nothing but green ahead.
Right.
So
got sweaty palms.
Yeah.
He just slipped right through.
Well, D's just got to come up big again. And
Yep.
give it back to our offense again.
2:53 left in the clock.
That
14
kind of
nothing.
stuff's going to happen, especially when you got different people in different positions.
Right.
He's done a really good job on the first 2 punt returns.
Watch this tight end.
There's that little pitch
there's that
pass
little pitch again. Yep. And Fogo's going to try and get out there with him. And that's going to be a gain of about 4.
Yep.
For Goodwin.
Yep. Goodwin, one of the few seniors on this offense, and,
Yep.
and you got to see a little bit of his explosiveness there. He can motor.
Yeah, that's kind of why you're seeing him as that feature back right
Yeah,
now.
he really
He's
is.
got wheels.
He's got a lot of touches already in this ball game. Second about 6.
I'd say he's probably got 3/4 of their.
Well, I know
Pretty darn close.
I know for a fact that play they just ran, that was the 3rd time they've run it.
Yep.
Just a straightforward pitch
Little
down
pitch
the line of
out.
scrimmage and
Yep.
get out and try to get outside.
And I think that's how Kangas is getting his yards too. Instead of pitching it out, he sees a seam and he'll take that seam. If the defender is trying to key in on Goodwin,
Just straight ahead this time.
gain of about 2 or 3 on that one. Looks like about 3rd and maybe we'll call it a long 2, Jerry.
Yep. And they're definitely in Hornet territory, and
Ball sitting at about
So,
the 37.
same thing. They might be in 4-down territory here
Right.
as well, just because of the situation, being
Just to
down
get
2
something
scores
going, yeah.
and try to get something going. Unless we make a big defensive stop here, that could change things up big time.
Punching the ball out might be a nice
That would
one.
make a yeah. just looks like
motion again, and it's going to come out that way,
Ooh.
and it is a.
That's my.
There he goes, and there's
there.
there's the thing that they needed, and
There's
it's going to be
Deshaun Lee.
Deshaun Lee catching up to him. Wow.
Yeah, it looked like he was gone, but Deshaun took care of that.
Yeah, Myler on that pickup.
Big play for them.
That was.
But run down from behind by number 24. What a nice stop.
Yeah.
Again, we've seen that a couple times this year where we made kind of a saving tackle, and it ended up paying off last week.
Right.
Last week, the quarterback keeper that took him down inside the 10, they
Right.
didn't score.
Right.
They
27-yard gain on that pass play.
So you don't ever want to give up on a play like that.
Right.
And obviously, Mr. Lee didn't.
Myler's out to the top of your screen. 2 receivers to the left, shotgun formation for Kangas, and he's going to hand it to Goodwin, who's going to go
Just straight ahead.
Yeah, maybe a yard.
Looks like he took it to the 9. So 2nd and goal from the 9.
45 and counting on the clock. We'll see if Westfield's going to try and punch it in here before the quarter ends. Myler back up to the top of the screen.
Dave Darling sending in signals.
Yep, you got Monfries all the way to the bottom of the screen. He's their big wide receiver. Goodwin behind.
Quarterback keeper.
Yep. Oh, and he's
And
going to get
down.
sacked.
Big time play.
I think that was
Big time play.
Ryan Brenninger in on that. I
Yep,
believe
Cole
so.
Brenninger, yep.
Cole Brenninger, my apologies. The
Yep,
other
nice,
Brenninger.
nice sack.
That's going to drop him back about 5, almost 6 yards. So 3rd and goal from about the 14 right now. Yeah, he got in there, grabbed a hold of that jersey, and just never let go.
Yep.
And the first quarter is
And
going to
that'll
come to
end
a
the
close.
first quarter. We're going to
So
go do this on the
14-0.
other end of the field.
You bet.
Hornet homecoming, 14 zip.
That's a good score to see in the
That
first
is.
quarter, Jerry.
That is.
You bet. I had to break out the homecoming here tonight.
You bet.
Kids were asking, Chambers, you going to put that on at the I said, yeah, I'll put it on the live stream. The thing we got to figure out, though, is I got this look going on. I got 3 looks to give it. So this is the first look. I'll change it up maybe around halftime. See what
Sounds
happens.
good.
See what happens. Great first quarter from the Hornets.
Really was.
My goodness, that first 50-yard, I mean, that's the first play from scrimmage. Talk about setting a tone for the offense. Peelers takes that in 50 yards, just a gallop and run, gets himself into the end zone. After a couple of good runs from Westfield, behind Goodwin, he had a couple nice carries, get him about 11 yards, get him that first down. Then they backed up with some penalties. We had some backfield pressure on them. But then you just saw here, again, it's that bend but not break mentality that we have with this defense. 27-yard run gets him down just inside the 10. Deshaun Lee comes in to bring him down, and then we get in the backfield with Cole Brenninger.
Yep.
Now they're looking at a
little red zone defense.
right, third and goal from the 14.
Yeah, and just I mentioned it last week at the end of the contest. I said, I as a coach, I always cringe about homecoming week because sometimes kids lose their focus and whatever. I don't think so. I tell you what, these guys came in ready to play tonight.
Yeah.
And that's a credit to them. It's a credit to the coaching staff, credit to everybody involved because you got to come ready to, it's great to have all the celebration. That's very important stuff. Don't get me wrong. It's all important. But when it comes time to tee the ball up, you got to be ready to go.
Speaking of homecoming celebration stuff, I don't know if you folks can see it, but across the field we're seeing the smoke from the grill carry across the field. So Nate Olson, I saw, is down there grilling some stuff up. So if y'all are hungry that are here and you're listening, get out of the concession stand. He's making me hungry. All right, here comes that out
little
pass
out in the flat. Got to get people to the football.
Yep, and I think that Bryson Clarkson maybe got there first. I saw 21.
Looks like they might have lost more yards.
I think they did. I think that's Bryce Hillers that got out there first.
And for the average high school field goal kicker, probably just took them out of range.
I think you might be right.
I don't know if they even have one, but yeah.
So they're lined up at about the 18? Yeah, give or take, about the 18-yard line.
Yep.
Kangas is bringing the play in.
So 4th and goal from the 18.
So definitely a passing situation or some sort of trick play. They've been trying to swing it out to the flat, get a little confusion with their receivers, kind of do that pick play you were talking about, Jerry.
Yep.
And trying to create some space. Now they got 3 receivers right.
Okay, maybe to loosen up just a smidge here.
Yep.
You don't want people getting behind you here.
Right. 3 to the right,
all you
got to
do is tackle. They got to score.
Here comes our pressure.
And
that's going to be Bryce Hillers in for the sack.
Big time play.
Teague Perkins got there first, ran past him, but opened up that hole for Hillers to come in. And
that's going to turn it over on downs to our offense. But wow,
that's a
I mentioned it
stop.
earlier. What a big stop! What a big tackle by Dyshawn Lee.
Yeah.
I mean, you look back at that. Didn't look. Things looked pretty bleak there when looked like that kid was going to go to the house.
Right.
Pulled him down. They went nowhere but backwards from that point on.
You look from a 14-7 game to now still a 14-0 game,
Absolutely.
and we get the ball back. So Hornets back up to the offensive line.
Big time play.
Again, running that overloaded right side right now. Hillers is the lone back. He's going to get the ball, and he's got a seam. Oh, and he just got tripped up, Jerry.
Tripped up at the line of scrimmage. Ended up still picking up about 6 or 7 probably.
Yeah. Yeah, they're going to give him 6 on that. And again, tempo offense. They're right back up to the line of scrimmage.
Right back up to the line of scrimmage.
And Jerry, the one thing that this is going to do by probably end of third quarter, Westfield's defense is going to be spent.
They're starting to shift a little bit that way. Oh, we got to get the ball.
Yep, just jump on it. Looking for that pitch play and just wasn't quite. Jerry, we were just talking about that. The handoffs are important. The passes are important. So are those pitches.
Yep.
You got motion. I mean, you got a lot of movement between the quarterback and that potential back who's trying to move, out to the spot where he's trying to get to. The quarterback's turning to try to pitch that ball out to the right spot. And
again, last play, Westfield has shifted their defense to counter the strong side for us.
And now we're spreading it out.
Yep, now we got spread. But that little counter might be there again.
Right. 2 receivers left, 1 right. Paul's going to be back to throw. He's looking for Fogo over the oh man.
In and out of his hands.
Had it right in his hands. That would have been a first down.
That was
Darn
everything about that was good except he just didn't pull it in.
Just couldn't haul it in.
Yep. 4th and long, we're going to kick it away. I think.
Almost like Nate got to the end of the ball. Like the ball kind of got through his hands. He tried grabbing the end of the ball as it was coming through his hands.
Yep.
Just couldn't haul it in.
Yep. And he was in traffic. I mean, very well thrown pass.
Yep.
But he was in traffic. Sometimes that's tough to get zeroed in on that ball and then pull it in. It had some heat on it too.
I was going to say, encouraging to see Drew throwing that dart right there to Nate. And if that's open again, we're going to try running this. There goes Hillers. He's going to get the first down and a whole heck of a lot more, baby.
Punt.
Here we go.
He's got one guy to beat.
He's got one to beat.
One guy to beat on the fake punt.
Juking him, and he's going to get down there, and it's going to be a face mask on top of it.
All the way down to the 30, all the way down to the 25.
Here's the thing, Jerry. There's a flag in the backfield when that play started. So we're going to have to see what happens here with these flags.
Yeah, this might be coming back.
Boy,
might be an offsetting deal. That was a face mask that ended
at
the play.
The end, but there was a flag in the backfield right sitting at about the 21-yard line.
This will be interesting to see what happens
Let's
here.
see what happens here. And the refs are over on the Westfield side of the field discussing things. But the ball is still placed at the 25 at this point. So let's see what the calls are going to be here.
Oh, encroachment,
and then
a face mask. Yep.
So I'm guessing we're probably going to decline both of those.
So
to get us the yardage.
They were offsides on the rush of the punt. And Bryce saw something that he's got that luxury of being able to just turn it up and go.
Right. And, as soon as he did that, Jerry, I looked at that and I went, oh, man, because there was a sea of white there, but he made one juke move. He planted his left foot, started taking off for a seam on the right, and got himself down to the 25-yard line.
And you know what? And I know obviously it's our ball, which is huge, but as far as he can kick a ball, he ran farther than he can kick it.
I think you might be right.
That was a heck of a pickup by him.
So does that increase his yardage?
I don't know.
That counts as a rush, right?
It sure does. It sure should. I don't know why it wouldn't.
I don't know either. He's a rusher. As soon as he takes off with that ball, he's got to have well over 100 right now.
Oh, he's easily over 100.
All right, looking to wind the clock. There we go, 9:38.
Got Dyson.
Oh, yeah. Dyson Lee
at the tailback.
I got a feeling this is going to be a false start. Or a procedure penalty. Let's see. Illegal shift maybe?
Yep. We might be just looking to get Bryce a little bit of a breather here. Playing both sides of the football and all the special teams.
Right.
So kind of nice if we can give him a breather.
Get him a blow on the side there. Get him some air. Get him some water. Yeah, he's been doing a lot of work so far tonight. He's got it.
He really
like I said,
has.
he's got to have, he's got to have over 100 right now. Our stats guy, 153. 153. Wow. That'll increase his yards per carry. Turn in. Oh, just overshot Nate.
Yep.
Just overshot him. Second 15.
Tell you what, keep that one in the back of your mind.
No kidding.
Maybe he hits that flat route and look deep because Lewis was just starting to get a step on that.
Yeah,
guy.
he was. I just noticed that same thing because as soon as he let that go, I kind of looked downfield a little bit and saw that Lewis had getting a little separation.
He's got very deceptive speed.
Yes, he does.
That guy can get by you if you're not paying attention.
Right. I-back formation. Lee's in the backfield. It's going to be a pitch out to him. Here goes to the left side. He's going to get around, trying to get rid of the tackler, and he can't. He's going to lose two on that one.
Yep.
Tackle on that one was Troy Swan, Jr. He's a tight end, 6'2", 190. He's outweighing Lee just a little bit on that.
Yeah, and he's one of those big play defenders you talked about in the pregame.
Another junior. 3rd and 17.
And a big kid. I mean, they got some good size.
They got size.
They don't have a lot of numbers.
Right.
But they got some big people.
Yeah, 6'2", 190 is nothing to sneeze at. That's a big kid. All right, so two receivers to the right, one to the left. I think that's Lewis at the bottom of your screen. I think you got Fogo and Bosworth to the top.
Third about 15.
Here comes the pass. One's going to air it out to Bosworth. Oh, man. Overshot him just a little bit.
Okay,
and
probably going to see a field goal attempt here.
I would imagine. Yep, Hiller's is coming out. And one thing I'm looking at, Jerry, right now is, Drew coming in to start this game. And he's had playing time. There's no doubt about that. But coming in as a starter to replace your senior quarterback, I'm sure you're going to have some jitters. You're going to have a little bit of
absolutely.
So let's see what happens on this.
They're going to spot this at the 33, making this a 43-yarder. 43-yard attempt. We know he's capable, very capable. Everything's got to be there though.
Yep. Here comes a low snap, and he's going to get it up, and it's Jerry. That was good. Oh man,
wide to the left.
I'm not sure which side it went to.
Looked like it might have been left, but it was definitely long enough.
Yeah, I was going to say
that might have been good from 63.
I was going to say that same thing.
That almost went to the track.
Yeah.
Just a little bit wide.
He must have just missed it just left. He got underneath of it perfectly. I mean, the foot position was just beautiful.
Yep, and again, we're going to go back to that high school rule. It crosses the goal line.
Yep.
It's a touchback.
Right.
And back to the 20, just like a punt.
Yep.
So it's not like the NFL where they spot it from the place down. And
right.
So it's
strategic.
Yeah, it is, and when you got a kid that can kick like him,
right?
Why not?
Yeah, use it every time. Thielman rushing on. Single safety. So they got two receivers to the right, two to the left, one in motion, and it's going to be a pitch out to him.
That same play.
Yep, here he comes again. And Thielman comes in on that one.
Though. Different kid that time. It was at number 8.
That's that Monfries. And Monfries, again, like I said, 6'1", 220. He was brought down by Trevin Thielman, who is definitely not 220.
No.
But you know what? That kid made a great tackle, got low on him, disrupted the legs. Nice job by Thielman.
Picked up about 4, 2nd and 6.
Well, so far, Coach Darling getting his wish, 14-0. He wants to pitch a shutout tonight again. Let's see what happens here. Single high safety again in Thielman. Oh, now they're going to split them out. Clarkson and Thielman. They're going to run 2 receivers right, 2 receivers left. Shotgun formation again for Kangas. That's Monfries coming in motion again. Same play again. And there's that. Oh, my goodness. He got slowed down by Dyshawn Lee and then cleaned up by Teague Perkins. Teague just laid into him.
Yep. Wow. Nice job by both of those guys.
Good stick. That was a good stick.
Yep.
Yeah, Lee just kind of slowed him down and held him up, and then Teague just came in and popped him.
And even though when they go with that double slot, double spread receiver set, it's not very spread out.
Right.
It's still pretty tight.
And they're running, and
if you look at this, they're not.
And both times they run to the short side of the field.
Yep.
So let's see what happens on this one. 2 receivers left, 1 receiver right. Shotgun for Kangas. Looks like, that's going to be. That'll give him 5. Yeah, we got off a little too soon, and I think that might have been Dyshawn Lee on the edge.
Goodwin on the carry. Flag on the play.
Goodwin with that one. It looks like right now he's got a gain of about 3 or 4. One of the Hornet players, maybe either Lee or maybe Wes Bosworth. No, let's see. Now they're pointing. I just saw Fogo pointing the other way. Was it a procedure play? Oh, it was an illegal shift.
Illegal shift.
So that must have happened before we got across. So that'll back him up 5. And one of the things, Jerry, here's one of the things, we keep talking about penalties. And for us, we've been pretty clean tonight.
Yep.
Westfield, it's been hurting them.
Yeah, it really has. And it hasn't been a heavily penalty game, which is nice.
Right.
Because sometimes that just takes away from the
right. And these have been
the fun.
Painful enough for them.
Yep.
That it's hurting them.
They have hurt them. They have hurt themselves. You're right.
Motion
out
Myler.
Yep. Pitch to Myler.
Oh man.
Not many people out there.
And it's going to be.
Luckily, he kind of got behind that one block and got slowed down. And
I think that was Sam Bosworth and Bryson Clarkson out there, and maybe Dyshawn Lee as well.
Didn't quite have the pursuit that we've had in the other plays, but enough. It was enough.
Right.
A short pickup and 4th down, and I got to believe they're going to punt this one away and
so.
get
Mr.
Lee back there again.
And a short yard or a short field to return this with. So let's see what happens on this with this punt. And so far, Monfries has been pretty good with this punts. The first one was a little bit of a low liner, but these have been pretty good. Those last 2. Low snap. He's going to get it away. Oh, this one's a shanker. And it's going to roll right out of bounds at about the 40-yard line. Wow. My goodness, that was heavy
pressure. And Brenninger was in there. And
yeah, it went right off the side of Monfries'
like maybe
foot.
Aaron Davis, Wes Bosworth.
Plenty of black jerseys in the backfield on that one.
Yeah, and I don't think they got a piece of the ball, but they definitely caused that.
Right. 39-yard line for the Hornets. Short field to work with again. If Hillers gets 39 on this one, that'll really increase his yardage. Hornets going to take over right here from the 39.
And we're back to our normal formation. And
1 receiver left.
Kind of got away from that unbalanced stuff for a while.
Hiller's in the backfield behind Davis. Paul's under center. Here's the handoff to Davis.
Davis straight ahead.
Yep, you bet.
So he got out to about the 35-yard line.
Yep.
5:57 and counting in the second quarter.
And 54 was the tackle there. They don't have 54 listed, so I'm guessing maybe it was Hockerman or maybe Moritz. Handoff to Hillers. He's got a huge hole.
Inside out.
See you later. See you later. Switch the hands. Yep, he's going to get in there and score on this one. Touchdown, Hornets. 5:38 left in the quarter.
And how far was that one from?
That was from about the 30-yard line, 29-yard line, I think.
Yeah, I think it was the 35.
Yep.
35-yard run, I believe.
Yowzers.
Wow. Mr. Hillers, his 3rd score of this early evening.
Yeah.
And he's racking up the yardage. He's pushing 200 yards.
He's got to have about 180 plus right now.
In the first half.
Yeah. Man, oh man. That was a good run. It's looking good. That late sub come in.
I think the big thing for him, he's
McDonald.
getting it inside out. He's not busting it to the outside until he gets to that second level.
Right.
When you try to get there against the first level, that's tough.
He's being patient with his lead block. This is up and good. All right. So 21-0. Yeah, you're right, Jerry. He's been patient with his run following that lead block. One thing we want to say, big shout out to Ed and Trinda Wells also for this for tonight's game for another sponsorship for us. We really appreciate you folks helping us out. Again, if it's not for folks like Foremost and Ed and Trinda Wells, we don't get to bring this stuff to you folks at home. So thanks again to you folks for doing that. Really appreciate it.
Thank you, Mr. and Mrs. Wells. Really appreciate it big time.
Well, we're back on camera, Jerry, so I'm going to step off and then I'll bring out look 2.
All right, sounds good. I'll tell you what, this is really starting to feel great. I mean, last week, this week, jumping out, coming out, and getting up on top, and there's nothing like it. There's just nothing like it, and it's so much easier to have everything in place when you got a nice lead. And,
You got the slick back look going on.
oh, okay.
Yeah. At halftime, I'll flip it around one more time.
We got the new look.
We got the new look.
So we got
I put enough
team.
I put enough cream in the sucker to put her back. It's feeling weird to have hair on my head.
It's amazing because here's Bryce kicking off again. He's been busy both with his feet
and his legs.
And
this one's going to
that's a
sail
kick
over
that's gonna
top.
get into the end
right
zone.
in the end zone, yeah.
Just hit just shy of the goal line and out the
Karam's
back
in.
of the end zone and no return. I think he needed a break.
Giving himself a break.
Come walk off the field. He doesn't have to worry about coverage. Yeah, he's been a busy lad already.
Most certainly.
I mean, not that he's got any more carries than normal. It's just that he's had a lot more from them.
Right.
And he's been busy kicking. 3 PATs, an attempted field goal.
Yeah, just missed
Punt.
that field goal. It must have been wide left, but man, distance-wise,
Oh,
yeah,
he
he would have crushed it from 60, I
He
think.
crushed that. It was just a little bit
Yeah.
to the left, I think.
Yep. So it's good to see that. Good to see that fresh leg out there. All right, so Westfield in that receiver set again, and it's going to go back against the grain. Another little trickeration. Wow.
Nice little trickery there.
Yeah.
And kid had a step on Dyshawn, but
Yeah, he did.
But Dyshawn was in pretty good position.
He did recover pretty darn quick. That was Tommy Huff. That's
I
a
don't
junior, 6'1", 160.
And even if they had completed it, I don't think Mr. Huff's going to run away from him.
No, I don't think so either. He was on him. He was draped all over him.
Pretty good coverage.
Yep. All right, so second down, 2nd and 10. But that's the first time, Jerry, that we've seen them go misdirection on that pitch. And then he stops. And to be honest with you, Kangas, it's probably a good thing he got rid of it quick. We had some backfield pressure on him again. All right, so tight this time. One receiver to the right, and it's going to be handoff up the middle, and he's going to run into
Looks like Stibby.
Oh, my
Is that Stibby
goodness.
there?
Stibby, Bryson Clarkson, Nate Fogo together. Wow.
Yeah, he absolutely got nothing.
Yeah,
that
there was
time.
nothing there. There was nothing there for Goodwin to find. And it seems, Jerry, one of the things that I'm seeing right now is that even on those runs that they're trying to get into the middle, they had a little bit of success with them first quarter, kind of been bottling that up. And now not only are we bottling it up, we're starting to catch it into the backfield too. So no progress whatsoever on the runs for Westfield there. Be looking for maybe that little pitch, misdirection pitch play again.
Yep. And watch when they put Myler in motion too.
Right.
They like to throw it to him.
And there he goes.
This motion back right here, they like to throw it to him.
And it's going to be a keeper. And
I'm not
that's
sure
going to be Kangas. But yeah, I'm not exactly sure what the flag was. I'm wondering if it might be illegal procedure again. That's been the Achilles heel for West. Yeah, another illegal shift. So that was Monfries in motion. I'm wondering, Jerry, remember I can't remember if this is last week or not, but the receiver who's going in motion starts moving towards the line of scrimmage.
Yep.
That's an illegal shift. You have to stay parallel to that line of scrimmage. So I'm wondering if that's what's going on.
Yep, you can go backwards.
Correct.
Or parallel.
But you can't move
towards.
towards.
As soon as you move towards the line of
right,
scrimmage,
they're going to throw that flag. So that gave them a loss. So now we're looking at 3rd and 11.
And you are seeing some motion out of them. And, if that snap doesn't come out just when they're planning on it,
right,
it throws everybody off.
Never mind, that's 3rd and 16.
So we accepted the penalty, which probably a good idea.
Right.
They were starting to. They probably would have went for it.
So now you're looking
even
at
deep in this territory, but
right.
we'll see. 21-0, 4.5 minutes to go.
3rd and 16 from the 14-yard line. 2 receivers right, 2 left, but one of them's a tight end. And you've got Monfries at the top. He's their big wide receiver. It's going to be a handoff up the middle to Goodwin, and again, he got maybe 2 or 3 on that one. And this will be 4th down. So you got to think, again here, Jerry, probably punt coming up. And again, here goes Dyshawn Lee back to receive this, and we should have some pretty darn good field position again here with 4:08 left in the half, 4:06. Clock's running. So if our special teams does a good job of coverage, opening up a lane for Mr. Lee, let's see what happens here for him if he's able to catch us on the fly. Monfries is going to punt this away. Here comes the snap. Again, a little bit low, not bad. And he's got some, there he goes. Here he goes. He's got that seam to the outside. Wow, nice run. Caught that at about the 45. He ends up at the 20.
Yep. You
25-yard run.
You better get a good pursuit angle on that boy.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because I'm telling you right now, he can fly.
Yeah, he's got some.
Look at how many yards he picked up right there.
25 on one.
I mean, there wasn't much of a net. There wasn't much of a net on that punt.
No. Yeah, they punted from the 16. Now they're at the 20. That's a 4-yard change.
Yeah, he's making a difference.
Yeah, he is.
He is.
All right, 3:40 left.
He did fumble the one, but the other 3 he's been
Yep.
lights out on the returns.
I got to think Clerkin might have had something to say to him about that one that he.
Probably. Make sure you got the ball first.
Yeah,
son.
right. And then run. Hiller's in the backfield, and I think that's behind Stibbe. Yep. There he goes.
He's outside.
Looking for the seam. Yeah, that's going to be another TD.
Touchdown number 4.
Number 4.
Bryce Hillers.
Brock Lewis with an amazing lead block on that too, folks. I don't know if you saw that coming in. It was Colton Stibbe on the initial open. He was a fullback, opened it up, and then as soon as Brock got to the left side of the field, you had Brock Lewis to the outside. Had a great seal block to get Hillers into the end zone. 20-yard gallop.
Yeah.
He's got to be over 200 now.
Well, I'm sure he's over
Oh
200
it's
and
probably 225 maybe.
4 scores, and this is PAT number 4.
Yep. Kick is up, and it's good. So we're looking at 28-0, 3:25 left
That's
in the
his
half.
number. 28. That's what
There
he's
we
got
go.
right now.
The boys are coming out the field, trying to get this home crowd into it. Those girls are getting a workout tonight, yo. Telling you what, 28 kicks coming up. 28 kicks on the way. Welcome to Homecoming Richland Center 2021. Westfield, we're glad you're here. Man, oh man.
Yeah, this is sweet.
Jerry, like I said, when you've been around it a little bit longer than I have, when's the last time you said 28-0 in the first half? We didn't have it at the Dells last year.
Well, I'll tell you what, it's been a while.
Yeah. And again, I would say minus a couple maybe errant passes and nothing crazy, and that one fumbled reception on the kickoff from Dyshawn Lee. Other than that, I mean, we don't have anything to really kind of point at.
No,
they shouldn't be doing that anymore.
And again, here I am a week ago talking about how homecoming can be a distraction and blah blah blah. Let's have homecoming every week.
Yeah.
Let's have it every week because this is how we want to play, just like this. Wow. I mean, really, it's been great. Offense, defense, special teams.
Oh, look at this.
We have not made many mistakes.
They're getting smart down there, those cheerleaders. You see that? They split it up. They're going 7 apiece. Hats off to Coach Jody Imhoff on that one. Nice work. All right, there's going to be a good one on the reception from about the 6. He's coming out here. Here comes Brock Lewis. And he's going to run into, I think that was Cole Brunninger. No, Ryan Chambers.
Chambers with a hit.
Yeah. Got in there and stuck him. Nice work by him.
You're not getting up that sideline.
No. Lewis was on pursuit. Chambers comes in and
nice stick
lay
by
some
number
pads on him.
26.
All right. So here we go. 3:18 left on the clock. We got the ball sitting at about the 31, 32-yard line for Westfield. And, Jerry, here's what I'm noticing right now. You see how slow they're getting to the line? Mm-hmm. They are tired already.
They are, and they don't have a lot of depth.
Right.
They just don't have a lot of kids here.
I'm going to have a count on jerseys on the sideline. And here's going to be that little, they're going to try and go over top the middle. Oh man. Brock Lewis. Man, you know what? If it's got wrapping paper and a bow on it, next time he's going to open that present up and just go. Just go. My goodness, that was a gift for him.
Made a nice read.
Yes, he did.
Just didn't quite get her in the grip.
Yep. You know what? Hey, here's what I'm going to tell him. You notice he doesn't have any gloves on? Get some of those sticky gloves on, buddy. Sticky gloves.
Yeah, get some of that stick 'em
Yeah,
like
get a little bit of
Lester
that,
Hayes
a
used to
little bit
wear
of
for the-
gorilla snot, they call it. Spray that right on your hands.
That's why they outlawed it. Lester Hayes used to have that all over his arms and forearms. And
All right, so one receiver to the right, one receiver to the left. That's Swan to the right, and I believe that's Monfries at the top of your screen. And it's going to be a handoff to the left side by Goodwin. He's going to get a few there. Looks like Aaron Davis maybe, Dyshawn Lee, and maybe Bryson Clarkson in on that too. Hornets going to take a timeout, 3:06 left on the clock. I got a feeling maybe we want to try to get the ball back and score on them again before the half ends.
You know what? Why not? You got Mr. Lee putting us in good field position on his punt returns. He's done a heck of a job for
he has.
stepping in and taking somebody's spot through the night.
Yeah.
He might get it permanently.
Well, you know what?
But I mean, Ellison's pretty awesome there,
of
too.
course
I mean,
he is. And that's the thing, though, like you were saying at the onset, Jerry, when you have situations like this, you're able to put those people into those positions, try them out, see how that works out. And for a kid like Dyshawn Lee, who we know has wheels, now maybe that does give Ellenson a break, though, from that other responsibility.
It does.
Because he's playing all three spots.
And you find out, like I said earlier with Trevin Thielman, you find out about what your depth is. And you give those people legitimate minutes in a pressure-packed situation, not when you're down by a bunch or up by a bunch.
Right.
And so, big time. These guys have to get a better cannon to throw up here.
I'm trying. No, they're not. No, they're not even looking at us. Look at them. They're like, no, we can't throw it up that far. I'll take one walked up here. That's kudos to the cheerleaders again. Coach Jody Imhoff bringing those girls out here tonight. All of them, as a matter of fact, for homecoming. So we've got all of those girls, freshmen all the way up through seniors. A big senior group this year for the cheerleaders, so hats off to those ladies. Three receivers right, one to the left. Looking to pass to the left side. Across the middle. Oh man. Bryson Clarkson and Sam Bosworth.
Into
both
double coverage. And
yeah, that was
Bryson
for
got a
Tommy
hand on
Huff
it.
and just couldn't bring it in.
Okay, so incomplete. Stops the clock. 3:01.
Hey, wait a minute. Clarkson doesn't have those gloves on either.
3:01.
Coach, I'm gonna
We got Dyshawn back deep for the punt.
Yep. Plenty of time.
You know, and again, they're in a situation here where, just kind of play it honest because they're close to midfield and they're down by 4 scores.
Yeah.
You never know.
Never know.
Looks like a punt, but.
And it's a bobbled snap, and he's going to get.
Nothing.
Oh, man.
There's Bryson Clarkson, Trevin Thielman.
Cole Brenninger,
Yep.
and Teague Perkins in on that.
I
It looked like
think
Cole
Brock,
Stibbe,
I think
maybe
Brock
too.
Lewis was there too. I mean, yeah, you bobbled the ball, and guess what?
Yeah.
Mistake.
And now, 1st and 10 from the 25.
Yeah.
2:56 left in the clock.
Yep. We didn't need the punt return. We got better. So here we go. 25-yard line. About 3 minutes to go. Hornet offense back on the field.
Hillers for number 5.
I would love to see it. He could probably use a few more carries. He hasn't had many carries.
Yeah, no kidding.
He hasn't been tackled very much tonight
Want to
either.
drop that average a little bit? And there he goes. Here's the seam. He looking to get ahead. Nice run. Gets him down to about the 11-yard line. Get him 14 on that carry. Again, though, Jerry, one of the things that we noticed tonight that, maybe some of the other nights that we didn't notice is, you were right. He would try to bounce that thing to the outside right away. Tonight, he's been really, really patient.
Yep.
Finding, letting that lead block develop and then just following that right through. You saw him come off the left side and, looking to get in there and score again.
You hear people talking about following your blocks. Well, when you run a play and the play is designed to go between the tackles, that's where the blocking's at. And even though sometimes that hole might not be there right away,
right.
If you don't believe in the hole and you try to go outside, there's no hole out there.
Right.
And that's usually where their athletes are at too. So you're trying to beat athletes.
Two receivers right. One left is going to be Bryson Clarkson for the reception into the end zone.
But it might be
coming
back.
Yeah, let's see what the flag is. So maybe a little bit early in the celebration here, but let's find out from the head ump. Taking a look at the white hat.
Illegal
It's gonna be
shift
an
on
illegal
us.
shift on us. Dang it. Boy, that play worked out perfectly, though.
Yeah, it did.
Great pitch and catch from Drew Pauls to Bryson Clarkson. He had one jab step, got himself into the end zone, but it's going to come back.
Yep.
All right, so now 1st and 15 from about the 16-yard line. We can get just short of the goal and still have a first down. I got a feeling Coach doesn't want to do that, though.
What's that?
Just get the first down at the 2. I think he's got to.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I'm thinking maybe he's thinking, let's just get it in the end zone again.
Just about 2 minutes to go here.
Clock winding down, 2:06. Hornets come up to the line of scrimmage. 2 receivers right, 1 receiver to the left. And I can't tell who that. I think that's Fogo and Bosworth to the top. And he's looking for Sam Bosworth, and he just overshot him again. Just a touch.
Yep. A nice thrown ball, though.
Yeah.
I mean,
The outside
threw it to
corner.
the outside.
Yep.
The only one was going to get that was Sam.
Yep.
That's it.
And it was. I think it was just off his fingertips. I mean, just barely out of reach.
Yep.
And the one thing I will say with all of Drew's throws tonight, I've never seen one duck. Everything
No.
has been just a really tight spiral.
No, he's throwing a good ball.
He's just
He
a
really
little
has.
off on the depth on those. But
See,
yeah,
there
he's doing
again,
well.
you got him stepping in for Connor on offense, doing a nice job.
Right.
You got Trevin stepping in, doing a nice job on defense.
Yep.
Dyshon on the punt returns.
You bet.
You got people stepping it up. That's what you need.
Here's to Hillers. Oh, he gets tripped up, but he keeps his balance. Here he
Number
goes. That's number
5.
5, baby. Number 5 from 16 yards out.
Wow.
He's got to be close to 250, I'm thinking. Maybe even more. My
He hits this, we'll have
goodness.
running clock in the second half.
Yes, we will. Start the second half with a running clock. Actually, we'll end this first half with a running clock. Wow. My goodness. So, Jerry, our offensive woes may be kind of coming to a little bit of a halt tonight. And they did last week, too.
Yeah, it's
Honestly, we got our
it's
offense
starting to
rolling.
click. And,
yeah, it
and,
is.
And we talked about that at the end of the game last week. Let's see this extra point here first.
No
No
good.
good.
Whoa. Bryce didn't quite agree with that one. Huh. Well, no running clock,
No.
but you're looking at 34-0 with a 1:45 left on the clock in the first half. You know what? Kind of scheming in my head here. Maybe Coach Troxel told them to miss that so they could keep enough time on the clock so they could run another touchdown run. I don't know. Probably not. Probably not.
Maybe. Buck 45 to go. 34-0 in second quarter. Wow.
You know, I'm thinking on this one, and Bryce has got the leg for it. High lofting kick. Get down there right on time. Stick this kid. Cause a fumble, scoop and score. Boy, wouldn't that be some icing on the cake?
Yeah. Well, and you know, like I said last week in the post game, we were talking about how typically it takes offenses a little longer to gel, and
Right.
I think you're starting to see this one really starting to put her together.
Yeah.
You know, that young offensive line starting to work together as a team.
Yep.
Backs are using the blocks. Wide receivers are blocking
Yeah,
downfield.
yeah.
I mean, it's
All of
really
it's coming
starting to look good.
High end over end. And this is going to be, I can't quite tell who that was. He's coming around this side, and he's going to get swallowed up by Teague Perkins and Brock Lewis, shocker.
Number 22.
Number 22, that's Tony Manley. First time we've called his name, sophomore, 5'11", 175.
Yep, he saw that big Mr. Perkins zeroing down on him, and little does he know he's a sophomore.
Right. So 2 sophomores in on that play. 1 receiving and 1 with the tackle. Number 34, Teague Perkins, he's out there on the left side. All right, Westfield back up to offense. 1 receiver right, 1 receiver left. And we're showing a little blitz here. Bryson Clarkson coming in through the middle. Here's a run.
Nothing there.
Nope. Teague Perkins,
and
Bryson Clarkson.
Hunter Goodwin on the carry.
Gain of nothing. So 2nd and 10. And yeah, Westfield is not in a hurry at all to bring this play in. They're dogging. I mean, and not to put anything on them whatsoever. I mean, they've had a rough go of it this first half, so
Yeah,
can't blame them.
They've run into a buzzsaw.
Yeah.
I mean, you're looking at a Hornet unit that kind of put it all together for 1 half, and tell you what, pretty amazing.
Oh man,
Nothing there.
Brock Lewis. T. Perkins doing the sportsmanlike thing and helping that kid up. He got nailed. Wow. Kangas.
Timeout, Hornets.
Again, probably trying to conserve that clock. Hey, Jerry. 109 viewers checking in right now.
That's pretty
I
good.
got an early check-in from Homosassa, Florida, Kent Simmons. Let's see, Rory Schultz tuning in. Eric Ritten tuning in.
I think Eric Ritten is here.
I think he is here. He's doing double duty tonight.
think I saw him
I
out
did
the
see
door.
him. I did see him tonight. Him and Brad Walsh, I remember seeing. Dora Castillo, I think she's chiming in again from Uruguay. Yep, here's Brad Walsh, the old pistol shrimp at the Hive. He says, "Go Groot." Oh, let's see where else we got here. Team Hiller's a go-go. Nice one. Team Hiller's a go-go. Cedar Rapids from their cousin Grayson. Cedar Rapids, Iowa. Hornets fans in Maine. I'm going to butcher your name, and so I'm really sorry. Maureen Kamenir, I believe. Ruth Forehand checking in again as well. Sarah S.
3rd and 15.
Thinking Sarah Swanson coming in from Seoul, South Korea. Cheerleaders do a great job. Jody
3rd and
Imhoff,
15,
awesome
43
coach.
seconds to go. Straight ahead
Yep,
handoff.
and nothing doing again.
Nothing there.
Nope.
Probably going to use our last timeout.
Yep,
Yep.
sure enough. 35 seconds, 4th down.
Get that ball back one more time. And again, you know, a lot of game left. A lot of game.
Oh my
So,
goodness, yeah.
I mean, we sure came out storming and jumped out on them, but you still got to play. You know, it's
Yeah.
like if you let up here, bad deal. So
Yeah, you
Coach-
can't take your
Coach is
foot off
gonna-
the gas too much.
No, and coach, he didn't want the first half to end last week.
Right.
We talked about it after the game.
Yeah.
He's like,
Yeah.
you know,
Like to see that keep on rolling.
yeah. Because we came out in the 3rd quarter, and we were a little flat.
We were.
We weren't like we were in the 2nd quarter. That's for sure. So
Yep.
yeah, like I said, sometimes halftime is necessary.
Right.
You really, really need to get off the field, and I think Westfield's feeling that right now.
I would-
with their fatigue and just both physical and mental fatigue. But
Yeah. So
Hornets are just rocking and rolling here, so
Yeah.
they want to make sure they get every second they can.
Yeah, Jerry, I just counted the white jerseys on the other side of the field, and they got a total of 18 players.
Okay,
18.
that's tough. That's tough in the JV game.
Yeah. Yeah, it is. Daishan Lee back to receive this at about the 46. This will be Monfries again to try to boot this one away. Every snap so far for Monfries, he's done a pretty good job of getting away except for that last one, but all of his snaps that he's been getting have been pretty low. He's had to reach down to grab that ball. Let's see what happens with this one. This one a little high, but he's getting to, oh, he's going to pass, and up comes Lee. Oh, I thought he was going to grab that one. Ooh, little trickeration. So Monfries was trying that pass, trying to get something started. He was looking for Swan running down the seam.
I have a sneaking suspicion that we're going to, at the very least, we're going to see our kicker.
Yeah,
30 seconds to go. Not that we won't try to punch it in here, because we will,
I'm thinking that's,
but
yeah.
you might see Mr. Hillers with the block here before we're out of here.
Right. Yeah, because
One way or the other.
and we're out of time, and we're out of timeouts.
One way or the other, you
Yep.
might see it.
So Bosworth to the top of your screen, Lewis to the bottom. Boy, you'd love to see if Drew tosses this one to Bosworth in the corner of the end zone again. It's going to be a handoff to Hillers, and he's going to get up. Go, go, go! And there he
There
is.
he
That's
goes.
number 6.
Number
My goodness. From the 23.
Did you see the
The
patience, the
23,
blocking?
yes. He was waiting, saw it open up, and then went. Because it did not look that, and you're exactly right, Jerry. That hole was not open right away. It just wasn't.
Well, he had to
Another
break it. He
second
broke a
develops
tackle,
and opens up, breaks a tackle.
broke a tackle, and then just followed his blocking. There was a seam there.
Yeah.
The receivers downfield kept their blocks.
And
So-
it's all coming together.
It really is. It really is. And if you're the old coordinator or any offensive coach, you got to be smiling from ear to ear.
You bet. Snap up, and this is definitely good. So Hillers, 41 of our 41 points. Wow.
Yeah,
So-
six scores in the first half, one person.
So here's
That
what
I do know. I can't remember.
I was gonna say.
That one I do know.
Yeah. You might have to go back to Brady Ewing era on something like that, and maybe I don't even know if Brady did that or not.
Brady's done some amazing things. I don't know about 6.5.
6.5.
That's a lot of scores.
And you know, one of the kids that's got to be really happy about that, I'm going to tell you, even though he's not out there playing, but Connor Ellenson's got to be just tremendously stoked about what his team is doing right now. Him not being able to be a part of that on the field, but definitely off the field. He's over there talking to Sam Bosworth right now, giving some high fives. Yep, now Davis is coming over. They're all chatting. It's good to see that. Awesome to see that.
Yep.
So here we go. Bryce is going to get his leg warmed up one more time.
There's nobody in the world that wants to be out there more than Connor.
Yep.
So those things happen. It's unfortunate.
But this takes a little bit of that sting away, Jerry.
It sure does.
Yeah.
Because he's there. He's celebrating with his teammates, and he knows he's a part of this.
Would you? I'm going to make a little prediction. Second half, I think you're going to see young Hillers out there using his leg a little bit more.
You might be.
Bryce with the approach. Low liner end over end. Bring it up to that side again. Look who's there. Oh,
nice
man.
tackle.
Trevin Thielman, yeah. Trevin Thielman with the stick.
Nice stick. Nice.
That was really nice.
That was textbook.
You bet. That was Manly
nice job,
again.
Trevin.
I bet you Manly maybe doesn't feel so manly after that
Not
one.
after that one.
That was a good stick.
We're down to 18 seconds.
First and 10 Pioneers. Ball on the road.
Not till the second half.
All right, so let's see what happens here on the Westfield offense. And then, yep. All right, Westfield offense coming up, walking slowly up to the line of scrimmage. And shotgun snap again. Kangas back there by himself, 2 receivers right, 2 receivers left, and they're just going to take the knee.
And that should end our
That should end our first half, yeah. Wow.
What a half it was.
Yeah. Yeah, you can't ask for too much more, Jerry, honestly. The only, you said you can't ask for too much more. The only thing I could ask for is maybe 44. Maybe it would have been 45. But, I can't put it on that kid, man. He's been a horse tonight. Bryce Hillers has just been, my goodness, all over the place. He's just, even on the defensive side of things, he was getting in there for some tackles and whatnot. But boy, his offensive presence has definitely been felt tonight.
If you sit down and look at his stats right now, you're like, man, he had a heck of a game.
Yeah.
But it's only halftime.
It's only halftime, yeah.
I mean, if he doesn't step on the field one more time,
he's had a heck of a game. Yeah, I agree with you.
That's player of the game already. 6 touchdowns, 5 extra points.
1,500 yards, I think.
Yeah, he's probably got close to 250 yards, I'm sure.
Yeah, he's got to be.
We'll get our statistician up here.
Yeah, see what we can
find out what we got for
find out from that.
He's got to be close to 250.
Yeah, if yardage.
267.
So we just got a 267. Yeah, 267. Wow. That's unreal. Bryce Hillers is putting up a show tonight on his yardage.
You are seeing why he is not only on the Kevin Stemke list,
exactly,
but on the Elroy Hirsch Crazy Legs list.
It's true. You bet. Yeah. All right. Great to hear that Hornet band. Got some fans coming up, showing us the 6. That was crazy. That's Andrew Thompson. He was showing us 6. He was able to do that with one hand. Just kidding. It was 2 hands. Just kidding you, buddy. Hey, good feeling here, right? I mean, this is, man, Jerry, I don't think I've stopped grinning yet. This game, my cheeks are going to hurt.
No, this is how you want to.
You bet. This has been good stuff.
This is how you want to jump out on people, and this is exactly what happens.
Yeah, when we talk about setting tempo, this is setting tempo.
Yeah.
And here's the other thing about that too, Jerry. We talked a touch, and we saw it happen in the first quarter too, where they did that overload side, right? They were running that play, and we got some good yardage out of it. There was nothing negative out of that, but we went away from it, kind of done our 1 receiver right or 2 receivers right and 1 left, and those seams have just been open up. Offensive line, those hogs up front, and our fullbacks, whether that's been Aaron Davis or that's been Colton Stibbe, they've been punching holes open, and Hillers has been having just a ton of green in front of him.
Yeah, it doesn't seem to matter what formation we run out of. it doesn't really seem to matter what play Coach Troxel calls. It's, everything's working, and that's what happens when people do their job.
Right.
And it isn't just Bryce Hillers.
No.
And Bryce Hillers has had a monster game.
Yeah.
Monster.
267, 6 scores in the first half.
But he
That's
doesn't
insane.
get that without the rest of his teammates doing their job. And
Exactly.
they've done it better tonight than they have all year.
Yeah, I don't think we've seen the line perform like this. Fullbacks, receivers in the blocking positions, all of that's been great tonight.
When you watch the replay of this game, when people play this back, pay real close attention to the job that our receivers are doing in blocking. It's unreal. I know I've said Sam Mustaine a couple, 3 different times. Brock Lewis on that last run. They're doing a heck of a job of putting a hat on people and driving them down the field, and letting Bryce read the holes
And then pick the seam.
And go. And he's got the explosiveness. He's got what it takes.
Right.
So,
and you're seeing it too, where he is kicking into that second gear. When he gets around, gets a little bit of a seam, he's got some pursuit on him. He'll kick into that second gear, and he drops it right into the end zone.
Yup.
Just heard that state record is 528 yards for high school in Wisconsin.
In a whole game?
In a whole game. Bryce Hiller's sitting at 267 right now. And that's what 6 looks like with one hand. Yeah.
Money.
Oh, man. Those Thompson kids, I'm telling you what. Good to see folks out. Hey, and again, huge kudos to those of you tuning in. We'll check that live stream feed again here just in a second. But again, the number of people that are here tonight, my goodness, the stands are just packed this evening. 113, so we went up from 109 to 113. Let's see here what we got. We got Fort Lauderdale, Florida from Brian Jones. Checking in for Fort Lauderdale, Florida. Jeremy Husnick. Krista and Jeremy in Milwaukee. Cheering on Brock Lewis. Brock Banker checking in. Former senior here. Michael Cosgrove. Brock Banker. Bryce Hillers for Heisman. Not quite yet, buddy. Not quite yet. 6 TDs.
Maybe we can get him to pose the next time he steps in the end zone.
Oh, man. Oh, my.
That's a little bush league, but
Yeah.
it's been done before, Wow. So a lot of people out there watching. That's great. A lot of people here.
Yeah.
Man, this is unbelievable.
Yeah, we got a lot of folks in the stands, and the band is at full throat tonight too. So that's awesome to see those kids that you can see in them right now. Student section, they're loud. There we go. There they are. Yeah, keep jumping up and down, people. That's what we like to see. That's what we like to see. And speaking of which, speaking of Student Center, so had a busy week this week here for homecoming. First game Tuesday, Hornets were here, home against Valley. Dropped that one. It was a tight one. I think it was 1-0 on that one. Came back, they were playing Thursday against Wisconsin Heights. That ends up in a 0-0 tie. Really tough teams, though, really balanced. So soccer's got a lot to be proud of. Swim went to Barneveld, Baraboo. They went to Baraboo last night. Baraboo's got a stacked team, so the girls didn't end up winning there. We got 3 swimmers. Volleyball last night went to 5.
They went to Lancaster on Tuesday. Took that one 3 games to 1, and then last night took one on the chin in a really hard-fought battle that went to Game 5.
Back and forth.
And back and forth the whole way. Hornets winning the first 2. Platteville Hillman winning the second 2, and then Game 5 went 15-12.
Yeah,
it was tough. I mean,
I don't think I have any fingernails left from after last night.
That's a tough one to.
Maybe that's when my voice hurts.
Yeah.
I think I was yelling a little bit.
but yeah, things are getting real heated in that conference race.
Right, and it's getting tighter and tighter as the season goes on. Yeah,
it is.
And it was already tight to begin with. Cross country had a meet. I think they did all right too. Who am I missing? Am I missing anybody? I think that's it. My goodness, it's so much to keep track of.
Yeah, it was a busy week. Besides all the homecoming
busy,
festivities, if you got out to the parade today, it was 85. You're not going to see too many 85-degree days in October, but
no. And the candy was plentiful. Oh my goodness, they were just, bucket loads of candy. They were hauling out there. So it's awesome to see that. Again, the parade today, beautiful. Just an absolute gorgeous day to be out there for that. So good to see that. Hey, and we got a guest coming on up. So halftime interview with a guy that might look a little familiar to you folks at home. Some of you a little bit more than others. Coming on up here.
Coach Troxel.
Coach Troxel joining us.
Hey guys,
How's it going?
It's going great for us.
I was just going to say, dumb question. I'm sorry.
Yeah, right. It's all right.
you know it's nice to be on kind of the giving side of a score like this, right? I mean, typically we've seen that kind of go the other way in the past or so, and so our boys are hungry. Our O-line is just kicking tail out there.
We just mentioned that.
Yep.
And your receivers are blocking like there's no tomorrow. I mean, everybody's blocking. And Bryce is just picking his way, and boom.
Yeah, absolutely. So we couldn't be happier with the way they're performing right now offensively and defensively. I mean, you get what you get. You know what I mean?
Do.
They're just a stout defense, and they want to go for that shutout.
I was going to say, so far, Coach Darling's getting his wish.
So what do you do in the second half? You're in the driver's seat here. What do you do to keep the kids focused and keep them playing like this the rest of the way?
Well, to be honest with you, I've delegated play calling responsibilities. Connor Ellenson has taken over in the third quarter. He knows our offense inside and out, and so he's setting up plays, and we feel like when we get him back, he's able to kind of have that knack then to kind of set things up and know what to look for.
I couldn't think of a better thing. It also makes him part of this game because he's a senior. It's homecoming. We know that he wants to be in there. A little bit. That gets him involved in the game.
Yeah, absolutely. And that last series right there, that was all him. That was him setting that up, and it was a beautiful run, right? And then Bryson Clarkson, that was a backside hitch, and it was just there of that soft coverage.
Yep.
So we were super satisfied with how he's seeing the field and seeing
great.
the pressure. You know what I'm saying? So
want to have that in the eyes of the quarterback.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yep.
So just that hand if that would have been on a little bit sooner, Bryson Clarkson would have been in there. It's a nice move after the catch.
Right.
So no, it's good. And I like that we're focusing on kind of the cognitive side in the second half.
Which is awesome. And you want to have that, in your quarterback. You definitely want to have that cognition. I'm not saying that Connor doesn't have that. This provides him another way to pick that up, another angle for him to go, okay, I'm seeing it through the eyes of the helmet, but now I get to step back on the sideline with the play sheet in my hand and go, what would I do in this next situation? Rather than asking you, Coach, what do we do in this next one?
Right.
Gets his head going.
And that's the thing I want him to think about is setting up plays.
Right.
You know what I mean? How can we now look at the defense and look at weaknesses, or get them to shift with maybe some motion in the second half, and then really kind of go and target that motion, or even go backside and take a look at that. So he's a smart kid, and so we feel like he's going to really flourish hopefully in the second half.
One thing it will be is a quick half with the running clock. It always, so that's going to speed things up a little bit. But you can see the Westfield kids kind of hanging their heads and coming up to the line of scrimmage slow. They took a beating.
And they got a small lineup, 18 I think I counted.
Okay. They took a mental and physical beating that first half.
You bet.
Right. But they're
we-
out there
we-
and they're still fighting. I mean, they still get that ball and they're still running up and they're hard hitting. You know what I mean? So that's the thing you want to see with a program like that, because we've been there.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean in the past.
Absolutely.
And so I mean that resiliency and stuff like that is just huge for that program. You know,
It is.
and they're going to come out of this one and they're going to build off of that.
They are.
as they go forward.
They got a lot of juniors.
Yes.
A lot of juniors.
Yeah,
So.
Yes.
we were looking at that, and some good sized kids too.
Yep.
My
Yep.
goodness, I got to take a look at who is it that
Well,
Bonfries?
You think,
Yeah, 6'1",
you think about the Dells last year in the
Yeah,
playoffs, and then how they
absolutely.
rebounded in just a year.
Yes. Yeah.
Even less
Yep.
than that, to be honest with you, right? And so, I mean, for these guys to come out, put in that work in the offseason, and come back, who knows?
Right.
They could be a huge threat, in that South Central Conference.
And they do
next
have
year.
some skilled athletes.
Yeah, they do.
The quarterback's quick. They're running. Well, running back's a senior, but they've got a lot of skilled athletes. Their wide receivers are all juniors.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So
I was watching Kangas. He can whip it down the field too. That kid's got
Oh
an
my
arm on
gosh,
him.
yes,
Yeah,
absolutely.
absolutely.
There were a couple shots. I mean, just really close, and that could have been a different outcome.
Absolutely.
So,
Absolutely.
I mean, the second half they're going to come out, trying to execute things, and so when you got nothing to lose, I mean, that's when sometimes you're the most dangerous.
Absolutely, it is. Coach, I was going to ask you quick too. We saw it first quarter. You guys line up in that kind of overload side. Haven't seen that since I think you guys maybe ran it about 4 or 5 times, give or take, on that quick tempo offense. We're going to see that again in the second half.
Yeah, you
Okay.
will.
Sounds
you will,
good.
absolutely. I mean, they just weren't adjusting.
They
I mean,
really
that
did.
as well.
Yeah.
They really did.
And that's what we saw right away, and we're like, we're going to stick with this for right now. So, but I mean, people now are going to see that on film. Platteville's going to see that.
Sure.
Valley's going to see that, and so now it's what can we do off of that, right?
Exactly.
And so we'll work on that over the next couple weeks. But it's nice to have that kind of in our back pocket.
Maybe pick that Ellenson kid's brain and how you
And
work
even
on
that little
those.
that little counter action you ran,
Yeah.
that was there.
Yep.
That was there.
Certainly was.
It was.
Certainly was.
So we'll fine tune that thing, and we'll see
Yeah.
where it goes in the near future.
Awesome. Sounds great.
All right. Well, hey guys, thanks for having me. I appreciate
You bet.
that.
Appreciate
I'm
you
gonna
coming
get back to my
up.
boys. Yep, my
Go
pleasure.
Go enjoy this homecoming
Enjoy the
stuff.
rest of it. The rest
See
of
you,
the way.
Coach.
See you, Coach.
Thanks to Coach Troxel for coming on up. Right now, we've got some homecoming festivities. Some of our folks that we're highlighting tonight, so our outstanding alumni inductees. You can see down there, Brian Jones, class of 1977, he's on the left, and Billy Jones, class of 1995, on the right. One thing those guys both got in common, I love their haircuts.
Yeah. I think one's the fire chief and one the police chief.
One's a police chief,
Yeah,
so
that's
good
pretty
representation
sweet.
on that.
Pretty
Gotta
sweet.
love that.
Obviously, Billy Jones also part of this coaching staff, and he's got his son playing on the team. And pretty sweet that he can be honored tonight, and very deserving. Same with Brian Jones, a couple of alums that really have made an impact in our community.
Yeah, one of the things I think, and I'm not sure if this is a tribute to Brian or not, but when we came in, with the fire department, we can see one of the ladders out there and that gigantic American flag hanging up there. It's top of the ladder. Great sight to see this evening. So that's pretty awesome to see that stuff too. But two public service folks here being represented for this homecoming week, and it's good to see that stuff.
really
Billy
is.
kind of pulling that dual duty tonight. I don't know if he was. I'm trying to remember if he's been on the sidelines tonight, to be honest with you. I'm not sure if he's been coaching or if he just kind of was. I think he's been down there, but I guess I haven't. I'll take a look in the second half. That's been eluding me. I gotta get the peripheral vision going here. There's a shot of that flag. Nice job by our camera crew. One of the best in Southwest Wisconsin. We're spoiled up here,
Without a
folks. I got to
doubt.
tell you, it's
Without a
unreal
doubt.
what these guys are doing for us. Great stuff, these folks that we got here.
These guys are a
Running our camera
machine.
crew.
The way they work together, all the working parts,
Yeah,
just phenomenal.
I don't even know if they're well oiled. I think it's just all lubricated already, and we haven't even lost any oil. That's how efficient we are. It's been good stuff, amazing stuff. So good to see that. A little bit of recognition for those guys down there.
There's Little Hillers.
Oh yeah,
Zach.
yep, number 5 coming out there.
Looks like he's getting loose, planning on seeing the field.
Yeah, you
in
might
the
see
second
see a couple of boots from him. You bet. So again, remember that when we start the second half, we're gonna have that running clock. So keep that in mind too. So like we said,
we should be receiving the second half kickoff.
correct. Yep, should be receiving that second half kickoff. So we're going to step away here for just a little bit. We're going to give another shout out to Ed and Trinda Wells, and then see our commercial, our sponsor commercial from Foremost Farms. So we'll be right back with you in just a second.
Here at Foremost Farms, just like football, we understand the value of a great team. It takes a complete team effort to be the largest cheese producer in the great state of Wisconsin. If you'd like to join our team, apply now at foremostfarms.com/careers. Go Hornets!
Hornet Football Summer Camps Incorporated proudly welcomes you to our live stream this evening. We are grateful to both school districts for allowing us to provide this service to a regional and national audience. Our organization is independent and not associated with the Richland School District. Any discussion in the live stream does not necessarily reflect the views of the Richland School District.
All right, we're back with you, folks. All right. About 40 seconds left until halftime comes in. 41-0, remember. Oh, yeah, got the last look at.
Looking good, looking good.
Got to have a lot of fun with this stuff. You know, when it's homecoming week, you know, some of the seriousness starts to kind of fade away. You gotta have a laugh or two, and so kids enjoy it. Actually, I was asked I think it was on Thursday, excuse me, by I saw Sam Bosworth in one of his classes, and he goes, "Chambers, you're gonna wear that on the live stream, right?" how do you tell a kid like that no? So, hey, now that's a good look right there. Look at all those happy coaching staff down on the sidelines. Lots of smiles. Gotta love to see that. Man, that's awesome. Great stuff. And you know who might be enjoying this the most right now? Is that guy. Oh, I don't see if we can get that shot right again. Can we get that? Oh, I gotta fix the hair. There he is. The guy with his arm over top of the bench. Coach Schwartz. I don't know if he'll come back up here tonight.
No, he might not.
I think he might just kind of chill out down there. Nice, cool evening, hanging out. There he is. There's the man, the myth, the legend. Is it your 47? Did I hear that? Is it 46 or 47?
It's at least 47.
I think it's 47.
I think he was debating whether it was 47 or 48. Yeah, it's a long time.
Oh, man. Great to have him with us again here tonight.
Yeah.
Good to see that. Good to see that stuff. Happy coaching staff down there all the way around. Everybody's smiling. Everybody's having a good time down there. Yeah, so Hornets are going to receive that second half kickoff. And I'm thinking you're probably, it's Dyshawn Lee's coming back. And Brock Lewis, I think, are going to be the two that are going to be receiving here. Oh, well, let's see what happens here. Lewis is going back. Maybe it's just going to be Lewis. I got to fix this hair, Jerry. I haven't had to do this in forever. I don't know how to do this stuff anymore. Crying out loud.
A little bit longer halftime. Obviously, it's homecoming and a few more things to take care of at the halftime. So sometimes you just got to kind of get back in. This will be a tale of two halves here.
Yeah. So it's going to be Fogo and Lewis back.
First one is definitely ours.
Yeah, and let's kind of just hope that trend continues. We talked to Coach Troxel at half. One of the things that we brought up is that, Westfield, again, small in the numbers, and, that's going to wear on a team. And as all of us have said so far, that's not too far of a distant memory for us either.
No,
I mean, we've been on the receiving end of some of these games, and so it's tough to kind of plow through that and stay focused. But as Coach said, they're still out there. They're hitting hard. They're tackling. They're doing all the things that they're supposed to be doing.
Yeah.
Hillers is just a beast to stop tonight.
Yeah, he is.
All right, so Westfield going to do the approach here. And actually, this is our first kickoff that we've seen from Westfield. And the kickoff is going to be by number 1, Tommy Huff. And it's a low liner. Oh, man.
Squib kick.
And that's going to be Alec McDonald.
Picked up by Alec McDonald.
And he's going to get.
He's out over.
Oh, and now we got two flags coming in right at the very end.
Right over out to the 46.
Yeah. So let's see what happens on this. This might push them ahead a little bit further, but both those flags came out real fast. I don't know if it was maybe a face mask. Oh, no, it's the illegal block in the back by Hornets. I think that's our first flag, Jerry.
Might be.
Yeah. Trying to think of, no, we had a couple procedure plays. I take that back. So not our first flag. We haven't been flag free tonight, but it's been a clean game.
Yeah.
It's been a clean game. So that's good. All right. So we're going to step this off 10 yards. Hornets will take over first down. And they're going to start right at about their 34-yard line.
After filming, it's first and 10, ball on the Hornet 34-yard line.
All right, so Paul's coming back in under center. You're going to see Tandem. Oh, here's that overload. Here's that overload we were talking to Coach about in the first half. It's going to be reverse to Aaron Davis. Kind of that counter play that we were talking about. Got a couple. Got a couple yards.
How you doing?
Getting some photo ops in here with our camera crew. Again, great guys. Oh,
yeah,
and somebody just saved my day. Thanks, kiddo.
Thank you.
It's getting a little dry up here in the booth, and I just got delivered a Diet Pepsi. She didn't even take the buck out for the tip. I got to get that to her. That's service, I got to tell you what. Fogo in motion. Pulls it back for a pass. He's going to pull it down and try and keep it. Now he's swings it over top to Bosworth and threw it just behind him. He wanted to hit him right away on that slant, Jerry, and it wasn't there. Drew did a nice job of pulling it back down in, resets, swings it out to Bosworth, but it was just a little bit behind Sam as he was trying to cut across the field there.
Yeah, he made a really good decision there just to pull it down on the first pump fake there. Nothing was there right away, and then he saw something late. Just threw a little bit behind him.
All right, so we got about 3rd and 7, Hillers, and he's going to be met in the backfield. Yeah.
Tackle for a loss.
That's Monfries. And again, Monfries, I keep coming back. We've said his name a lot tonight. Granted, they only have 18 players, but 6'1", 220. He's not an easy block necessarily. And you saw why right there. He got it in the backfield quick.
Yep.
Gets a hold of Hillers and brought him down. I think that's Hillers' maybe only negative carry.
Might be. 4th and 11. He's into punt now.
And I believe that's Huff back. Late player coming in.
Tommy Huff, back feet to receive the Pioneers.
Ooh.
Not a very good snap.
Nope. Oh, and they're going to blow it dead. Maybe pre-snap movement. Yeah, it looks like a false start. It's not a back. Come up 5 more. False start on the Hornets. Yeah. Sure, you don't want to see it. You don't want to see that tale of 2 halves.
No, you don't.
You know? Yeah, just because you're up, a big score or whatnot, you still don't want to see that happen. You still don't want to just, see those kids lose their focus. All right, so here we go. We're going to try this again. Hillers is standing on about the 16. Much better snap. Kick is away. My goodness, that's a big punt. And it's going to be a fair catch signal. Down to
the
the
35.
35-yard line. Man, good kick.
Yeah, it was.
Nice high floater end over end. He got underneath that one, got all of it. All right, so defense comes out on the field. Running clock, we're down to about 8:37 right now. So that 35-point rule with the running clock goes into effect second half, so that's why you saw in the first half that time had stopped every time. So now we're looking at 8:25, third quarter. Westfield taking over on offense on the 35-yard line. We got 2 receivers right, 2 receivers left. Kangas in the shotgun, and you've got Goodwin behind him. And here goes the handoff to Goodwin up the middle, and he's going to be met by a swarm of Hornets.
Yeah. Gang tackling. Everybody there. That's perfect.
Colton Stibbe, maybe. I think I saw a 33 in there. Colton Stibbe, there he was. Teague Perkins in on that. And I think Nate Fogo, too.
After a loss on the play, 2nd and 12.
Loss of 2. Hornet defense coming up big again for us. Putting the stops here. 2 receivers to the left, 1 receiver to the right. That's Monfries in the slot. And it's going to be a pitch out. Oh, my goodness.
Is that Dyshawn?
That was Dyshawn Lee, who just lit Goodwin up. Oh, my goodness. So, Jerry, we're missing Connor Ellenson and the safety spot tonight, but I think Dyshawn Lee might have just made a case for saying, you know what? It's okay, Connor, if you're going to sit out for a couple plays or whatever. I'll come in and help you out. Wow.
Maybe Connor's got him all coached up.
Man, you know what? That's the best kid to do it, too. His form tackling has been outstanding, and you saw it on display there from Dyshawn Lee. Runner in motion. They're going to go with the run. Nope. It's a batted pass. Go. Oh, man, they're calling it dead. Looks like an incomplete pass. Teague didn't know what to do with that thing.
Looking around like, should I go?
Do we go? Do we go?
Should I run somebody over?
Wow. I got Brian Davis chiming in from Richmond, Virginia. Gail Lois from Munster, Wisconsin. Boogie's grandma. You can hear the cheerleaders getting this hometown crowd going. Here comes the kick. Dyshawn Lee back to receive this one. Oh, went over his head. Somebody's got to get there. Let's go. Get in the end zone. Get in the end zone. And he falls on it in the end zone. That's a safety. That's 2 points. So that'll bring a 43 8-0.
Cover the end zone, let him eight time on.
High snap. Jerry, I was saying, earlier,
They've had
the first
some
half,
trouble.
low snap, low snap, low snap. You overcompensate, and then it goes over the kicker's head. And Monfrey's head, he just did not have a chance to get a hold of that one.
Not much else you could have done there.
No.
This might
Tough
be
sledding on that.
might be the best they could come away with is 2.
Yeah.
Richland Center, 43.
So Hornets will be on kick receive again. You probably see Lewis and Fogo in the backfield. Possibly Lee as well. He's out there right now. He was kind of the mid-range guy the last time. And as a matter of fact, the last time that punt made it to Alec McDonald on a hop. So let's see what happens on this one. Down to about just under 6 minutes on the clock now, as the clock is stopped at this moment.
Yep, they do have the option of place kicking it or punting. A lot of times it's whatever your strength is.
Yeah. And it looks like they're going to be kicking this one away from about the 20. And it looks like Goodwin's going over to the sideline to find out, are we kicking off a tee or we're going to place kick this thing? And to bring the tee out. All right. A lot of chatter out there we can hear in the crowd. Awesome to hear that. Here's the other thing, though, Jerry. I don't think I've seen anybody from Hornets side leave. Nobody's going anywhere. I don't want to say the game is in hand, but, by all rights, it probably is. And nobody's leaving. Nobody's gone.
Too much fun watching the success, and it's just a gorgeous night on top of it.
It is. This is beautiful. Actually, it's still a little stifly in here, but we stepped outside during halftime, and oh man, beautiful, beautiful weather. Great fall weather. That's the kind of weather we were hoping for.
Yeah.
Awesome football weather. Here comes the approach and the kick, and again, kind of a low end over end. It's going to be Brock Lewis on the reception this time, looking for a seam, and he's going to find one to the outside, and it looks like we're going to have a holding call, I think. But he's going to bring it all the way up to about the 31. I got a feeling we might see a holding call on Bryson Clarkson, but he put his, I don't know. Yeah. Oh, no, actually, it's on Westfield. Oh, no, never mind. Actually, he was just pointing to Bryson Clarkson, who was just to his left.
Yeah, this one's coming back.
Yep. And it'll, the ball will be spotted 10 yards from the spot of the foul. So instead of having the ball in the 31, we're going to have the ball on our own 41, I think. Yeah, just past the 40-yard line.
After the penalty, first down, Hornets on their own 41-yard line.
Hornets bring up their offense. Brock Lewis at the top of your screen. Sam Bosworth to the bottom. I formation. It looks like Colton Stibbe in front of Bryce Hillers. Pulls is under center. Gets a snap. Hands it to Stibbe. Nice run for the fullback, about 5 yards for the junior. Lead block there by Bruce Buckholtz. Kind of comes up a little gimpy, but
Monfrey's on the tackle for the Pioneers.
Monfrey's in again, yeah.
in there again.
Yeah, we've called his name a ton.
He's been a warrior tonight.
On both sides of the ball. We've mentioned his name.
Kind of walking around with a limp. I've watched the last few times. He's been limping around, but he's hanging in there.
Yeah, you can see him kind of favoring that right side a little bit.
Giving him everything he's
Middle
got.
linebacker right now. This looks like Fogo in motion. Snap back to Pauls. And he's looking downfield for Nate Fogo. Right there it is.
He's got Fogo on that
Nate
wheel
went down. Nice. Fogo in motion in the backfield, comes around. And that's, I think, Drew's first completion.
They brought him behind on that wheel route right underneath the receiver there.
You bet.
And it was wide open, and he made a nice throw.
And there's a confidence builder for Drew Pauls. Big time. Finally getting that first pitch and catch to be a completion. He's been close on every one of them. Honest, I think he only overthrew badly once. Everything else has been really close. Had a couple of drops. He's back under center now. Here goes Hillers. Got in his block. Oh, man, I got a feeling. Why do I got a feeling it's going to come back? Thinking maybe a holding call.
That's good for a Hornet first down.
But it's
this one's coming back.
This one will be coming back. So it looks like we're going to get it on about the 42 if it's from the spot. Yep, hold happened on the 32. I'm not exactly sure who it was on. I didn't see that. There was a bunch of Hornets in that vicinity. He could have called it maybe on anybody. So now we're back at the 42. It was a good run. All right, Hornets back up to the line of scrimmage. Clarson's going to go to the top of your screen, left receiver. Bosworth to the bottom of your screen. Davis and Hillers in the backfield. Pauls is under center, gets a snap, hands it off to Hillers. Same play, it looks like. And this time, Bryce didn't get as many yards as he got in that first run, but
Made a nice pickup, though.
yeah, he did. Yeah, he got at least 6 of those 10 yards back, maybe even 7. Yeah, I can see Monfrey's out there. He's favoring that right side, definitely. You can see him kind of bending over at the waist there. Yeah, and he has been, Jerry, he has been active all night and all over the field for them defensively, and then he's a receiver for them offensively.
Yep.
Yeah, that kid's got to have a tank.
Punter.
Yeah, and punts for him too.
He's the one that they snapped the ball over
right,
his head.
Right. Yep, yeah, you can see he is a hurting unit, but he's still playing it. This is going to go out to Dyshawn Lee, and he's going to get it in the seam. See you later. See you later. There's that speed we were talking about. Wow.
Yeah, he just walked away from the defender.
That's a 42-yard pitch and catch from Drew Pauls to Dyshawn Lee for his first score of the season. No cramps tonight.
No.
Not at all. Wow.
Wow.
That was fast. That play was fast. Wowie.
Yep.
And if I'm recalling correctly, Jerry, that play was drawn up by Connor Ellenson.
Yep. Coach Ellenson down there
Yeah.
drawing up the plays.
You bet. Little Hiller's in here for the extra point.
Zach Hiller.
Up and he's good.
Good.
All right.
That puts us at 50.
The heir apparent.
The big 5-0 from the left-footed kicking of Zach Hillers.
Richland center 50.
Wow. So Jerry, we talked about this too coming in. You know that for this Westfield team, sizable wins for their 2 wins, sizable losses for their 2 losses. We're kind of seeing that here again tonight. But again, I mean, you can't dog these kids at all. Those kids are showing some huge heart out there. Huge.
Yeah, they are. They really are. Like we just talked about Monfrey's playing that inside linebacker position. You know, he's hobbling around, but he's still making plays. You know, he's getting to the football, putting a hat on him, and you know, you can tell he's hurting. Obviously, it's tough when you're down by this many scores to keep your head up. But
yeah, but he is.
You know, you look over to the sideline; they don't have anybody else. I mean,
no.
So you got to just tough it out. And
yeah, you got 11 white jerseys on the field, and you've got 7 on the sideline. I mean, that's those small numbers things, and it's, you know, you're kind of seeing that in more and more teams, and you know, as schools consolidate and so on and so forth, and you know, it's a tough one. Yeah, here we go. Little Hillers on the kickoff.
Yep.
So Zach Hillers in to do the honors here. Here's the approach and the boot. Nice kick. Brings it back to about the about the 8-yard line. And let's see who 44 is. Oh, he's got a seam. And it's going to be
Brenninger knocking him out of bounds.
Yep.
Number 2, Tony Manley, pushed out of bounds by number 22.
Yeah, Manley had a nice return there.
Yeah, they really did.
I mean, he caught that at about the 8-yard line, and he's sitting at about the 46 right now. I mean, that's a heck of a return.
That's a really nice return.
And it's 47. I mean, like we just been saying, this Westfield team, you're not going to count them out.
Nope, and they haven't quit. That's a credit to them, their coaching staff, because it's easy to do in a game like this.
Yeah.
Running clock, you're down by a lot. But they haven't. They're still battling.
I mean, slow up to the line, but you know, I mean, when you're battered like this, you know, you probably are going to be a little bit slow up to the line. But all right, so Hornets in on defense. Motion. Watch for that little pitch out this way. Yep, here it comes. Tackled. It's the out of bound lines. That's Little Hillers, and I think that was number
was that Myler?
36. Yeah, I think that was Myler on the carry.
Mm-hmm.
36. I don't have a 36. Must have some JV folks in. 43 seconds on the clock. Yeah, I'm seeing some new numbers out there. I'll see what I can come up with here for some numbers, for some players out there. Shotgun snap again. Handoff up the middle to Goodwin. And he's going to get covered up by number Looks like number
Third one on
80.
the carry.
And I think that might actually be Tyler Woodman, number 80. I think he's got 88 as a JV player. Tyler Woodman in on that. And that's your
That's
third
the third quarter.
That'll bring the third quarter to a close. Your score at the end of the third quarter. Richland Center 50, Westfield 0.
Like we talked at halftime, running clock, it goes pretty quickly. So that third quarter went pretty rapidly. We did end up getting a couple of scores, one on a safety and one on the touchdown. So, and the extra point by Zach Hiller. So 50-0 as we head into the fourth quarter. And everything still seems to be clicking for the Hornets, offensively, defensively, special teams. And we're starting to see some different personnel in the game. Some backups and some JV players and backup varsity players. So they all get a chance to get out and perform on homecoming night, which is pretty sweet. It's just a great feeling because we've kind of put it all together for 3 quarters now. Oh, we got jump around going here. The old orange and black crowd getting into it here. Footballs flying around. Jump around, man, jump around. Here we go. And that'll bring us to the fourth quarter. Third down and about 7 for the Westfield Pioneers. Right at midfield.
Westfield on offense. Goodwin up the middle.
Goodwin.
And he's going to get met. Looks like Max Woodman and I think that's Thomas Honer. We're trying to get some of those numbers in from those JV kids in this. I think, Jerry, if I'm seeing this right, I think it's all JV out there right now. I don't think we got any of the starters out there.
Okay.
At this point.
Fourth down and about 4 for the Westfield Pioneers. They're going to obviously go for it. Yeah, there's a lot of new jerseys on the field.
Yeah,
good to see.
So if we don't get all the numbers right, folks, we apologize. And actually, the JV jerseys don't match up with the varsity jerseys that they're wearing right now. So we're just trying to pick and choose and see who we get. If
we'll do the best we can.
Yep. Shotgun snap, and it's going to be a keeper, and he's going to get
by Kangas.
Oh, he's going to get the first down.
Slipped a couple tackles.
Yep.
Looks like he got right to the marker.
Yep. I think that was Trevin Thielman on the tackle. He just Zach Hiller's just missed him. And I think they're going to give him the first down. Yeah, it's a good run.
Yep. 1st and 10.
Stretch
Pioneers.
that play out.
Pushed out of bounds by a swarm of Hornets.
Trying to see who I can see for number. And I'm not exactly sure who everybody is. So we'll try and get you those numbers the best we can. So we know Trevin Thielman playing safety position. I got Zach Hillers on the top side as a corner. I'm not sure who this is down here on the. Maybe Eli Muckler down here in the other corner. Ryan Chambers on the edge. I know Tate Young in there as I think he's the defensive end. Shotgun snap. Chambers in on the tackle with Thielman. Goodwin on a carry. Good gain on that, about 6 or 7.
Is that Ethan Jones coming in?
Looks like Ethan Jones coming in. 74.
74 is Braden Kleppe.
Braden Kleppe, yep. That's Kleppe. Football's flying all over the place. Cheerleaders were tossing some of the mini footballs up for the fans in the stands. Westfield back up to the line of scrimmage. 2 receivers right, one receiver left. Shotgun formation. Goodwin behind Kangas. And it's going to be handed off to Goodwin, and he's going to meet a swarm
right
of
away.
Hornets. Wow.
Nice play over there. 44.
I don't think he got, yeah. I think that's Thomas Honer. 66. I think that's Tate Young, maybe?
44 Horner.
56, I think. Tate Young, yep.
Tate Young and Thomas Honer.
Yep.
Nice play.
And then I think you're right. I think that is Ethan Jones, number 56. We'll try to get them all in there for you tonight, folks. We're working on it.
It says 58 Connor Umbehan. I don't think that's him.
Yeah, I think it might be Ethan Jones. So 3rd and 4. Ball sitting on the 36-yard line. It's going to be a QB keeper. Oh, man, who got back there?
Nice
Thomas
play.
Honer.
Thomas Honer with the play. Nice
Yeah.
play.
Thomas Honer wrapping that up.
Kangas on the carry, met in the backfield by Thomas Honer.
Nice work. That'll bring up 4th and 6.
Good for a loss. 4th and 5.
They're going to call it 5.
Pioneers.
All right, let's see what happens on this one, because I'm telling you what, those kids getting in there, they're putting up a fight too.
Yes, they are. Doing a heck of a job.
Fresh legs helps a little bit, Jerry.
Yep. Just getting a chance to get out in front of this homecoming crowd. This is a great atmosphere. It's just, I mean, you're just dying to get out there and play. That's what.
Yeah.
It's
Swan to the bottom of your screen.
A little different than a Monday JV game.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is. Under the lights here, and a bunch of folks in there. Pass back here. Oh, man, he threw it behind him.
And that is a stoppage by the defense.
Yeah.
We're going to turn it over on downs. Here comes the O.
And it looks like our starting offense coming out. With a few other kids kind of mixed in there. So defense comes up big. Turnover on downs.
Coaching staff pretty excited. Those guys did come in and did a heck of a job.
Yeah. Nice work down there. All right, so 7:24 and counting. Here's that overload package to the right-hand side. Hillers is a lone setback. Pauls is under center. And it's going to go to Hillers. He's going to follow that right side, and he's going to get a few yards. That's a good tackle by Goodwin. And I can't see who the other kid was. Ooh, and he's hopping. 63, I think. Caesar Moyodal, I think. Moyodal, 63. Came up a little ginger on that play, too. McDonald goes in. Brock Lewis comes out. McDonald's going to come to the bottom side of the screen here.
They're still rifling footballs all over the place.
Yeah, they are. And I think that might be actually the student section rifling it into the other section. So let's hope that doesn't keep happening. Hillers is going to find, oh, nice move back. Boy, that was a great, oh, he lost the ball. God darn it, and that's what we're talking about. Those, you can't relax too much.
Yep.
Again, you're up 50-0, but, those are those. And Bryce is he's going to take his own lumps on that one. He knows I got to secure that. Yep. A little bit upset with himself.
See if we can get an update on that Prairie.
Yeah, we'll see what we can find out here. Oh, hey, I'm getting some updates. Number 36, Eli Muckler. 44 is Andrew Horner. 46 is Carter Clone. 66, Tate Young. And 70 is Kyle Rotheray. Want to thank our girl in the field. That's Aaliyah Huntermer sending those up. One of the game managers or one of the team managers down there. Thanks to her for that. Looking for a blitz here. It's going to be Goodwin to the outside. Not going to get much.
Wrapped up on the play.
And I want to say that might have been Thomas Honer. No, that's 16.
Brought down by number 16, Fletcher Harper.
Fletcher Harper, Flash Harper. That kid is quick. I'm telling you what.
Second and 8.
That kid he's fast in the water and he's fast on land. He's just like his sister, Bev Harper. My goodness. Yeah, he's fun to watch. He'll be you'll see him as a receiver in a few years. And even next year, yeah, that kid's got jets. He reminds me a lot of Brock Lewis. Just legs, go. All right.
Just under 5 minutes and counting. The clock is dwindling away quickly.
Kangas takes the snap, hands it off to Goodwin. He's coming off to this left side. He's got himself a seam. Oh, no. He's on pursuit. And he's going to get in there for the score.
Touchdown, Westfield.
That's where you see it. They won't give up, folks. We're telling you. They are not giving, and the hometown crowd is giving them some love. Not the student section, however. Oh, I tell you what, homecoming does some crazy things to kids. Some crazy things. I'll see what I can come up with on an update on that score. Yeah, I'll be right back, folks.
Sounds good. So yeah, a nice long run for Hunter Goodwin to put Westfield on the board here in the fourth quarter. at the 4:37 mark. They're going to try to kick the PAT here. And it is unsuccessful. Heavy pressure, low kick. And it came up short.
Your score. Richland Center 50.
That's the deal.
We're trying to get an update on that
Prairie and
Valley
Valley
Prairie
score.
game, yeah. We'll see what we can come up with here. So if you're watching at home and you got some updates and you want to throw it in here to the live chat, we'll take it. Let's see here. See if there's anything else. Taylor Nothi. Coach Troxel got these guys playing hard, running around like a herd of turtles. Famous Gary Schwartz quote from middle school football. Thanks for chiming in on that one. We appreciate that, Taylor. Bring us to a blast from the past. Jerry, you know, we were thinking that tonight with this home crowd, and there are a ton of people here. This place is packed. We were thinking that maybe that viewership would be down a little bit. We're sitting at 114 people still watching.
Holy cow.
Which is amazing.
That is awesome.
You folks are awesome. So huge, again, shout out to Ed and Trinda Wells. We really appreciate them and Foremost Farms for sponsoring this game. We'll get another commercial in for those folks here probably right at the end of the game. Definitely want to give them a huge shout out, all of that sponsorship. And again, folks, yeah, Jerry and I don't get to enjoy our times together here on Friday nights watching games like this, without that support. So it's a big shout out to you folks. We really, really appreciate it.
So Huff is going to kick off for the Pioneer or Westfield Pioneers.
That's his
A
third.
little squib kick.
And it looks, I'm not sure, that might be Fletcher Harper on the carry. Yeah, it is. Nice little run back.
Nice return.
Yeah, Fletcher Harper slicing and dicing.
Took it out over the 40.
Offense comes
We'll take that every time.
Absolutely, you will. You bet. All right, offense coming back on the field. So they're going to take over on about the 42. All right, so we got Lewis to the bottom of the screen, Bosworth to the top of the screen. Paul's under center. Stibby's the fullback. He's going to get the ball. And he's still rumbling, bumbling, stumbling. Oh, here comes a
flag.
Stibby on the carry.
I'm not exactly sure what that indication is holding.
Flag on the play.
And Westfield subbing in a few kids, too. And some cleaner
There's
white jerseys
Monfreeze.
coming in.
He's really dinged up.
Yeah. Yep, he's
coming
heading out. Yeah, he's hobbling all the way over to the sidelines. Man, that kid's played like a beast tonight, though.
He's played his heart out.
Wow, we just got an update on the score. Prairie over Valley, 21-0 right now. Wow. Wow.
That's
Wow.
a shocker.
It's crazy that we say this any given Friday. Any given Friday.
Yep.
Power back formation. I can't see who the running back is. I think that's the Bryson
Clarkson.
Clarson's got it right now. See you later. See you later, Bryson Clarson. Here he goes. He's got Green in front of him. One guy to beat. And he gets all the way down.
Wow.
And there's going to be a flag.
What a play.
What a gallop by Bryson Clarson. He started out on the 42-yard line. He's down to about the 10. Yowzers. Nice cuts.
That was awesome.
Woo!
Great run. What
Connor
a play,
Ellens-
Bryson.
And
Nice job.
Connor Ellenson doing a nice job of calling plays down there. He just sent the next one in with Drew Pauls. Let's see where they put the ball. Probably half the distance. Be my guess. Right down to the 5-yard line. First and goal from the 5. 2:10 counting.
First and goal on the 5-yard line.
We got Alec McDonald and that's Cole Brenninger in the backfield. Alec McDonald, Sam Bosworth to the top of the screen. Paul's in the shotgun, looking for Clarson again, and there it is, touchdown, Bryson Clarson.
Yeah, went back to him
That was a bullet.
on that one earlier in the game where he
Yeah.
made that really nice move and got in.
Yep.
We had an illegal procedure penalty, called it back, so That was great to go right back to him and get him in the end zone.
Yeah, good stuff.
We got Little Hillers on for the extra point. I guess we shouldn't probably call him Little Hillers. Zach Hillers.
We're just used to calling him Little Hillers.
Yeah.
Zach Hiller's in, number 5.
Come on, Zach, put her through the uprights.
Point after try. Snap.
Wes Bosworth on the hold.
Kick is up, and it's good.
Wow.
That boot looked just like his brother's boot.
Just from the other side.
Wow.
That's the only difference. Same result.
57-0,
57-6.
154. Oh, I'm sorry, 57-6. I apologize. I don't want to take that score away from Westfield.
Yeah. We're inside at 2 minutes remaining.
Bryson Clarkson getting a few hugs from the coaches on the sideline for that TD reception. His first of the year, I think.
I think so.
Yeah.
I think it is.
Dyshawn Lee getting a first TD tonight,
Yep.
as is Bryson Clarkson. Man, oh man. Cheerleaders getting a workout tonight, Jerry. I mean, just an absolute workout.
I think they
Good
threw
for
the
them.
leg. I think they threw the leg kick thing away.
That's what he's at. Probably. 289 yards right now for Bryce Hillers. Not sure. We're not going to kind of look into the record books to see what we got for here. I got to think Brady Ewing's got to be on that list.
At Lancaster, he had 365.
So at home,
Yeah,
I wonder what the.
I don't know about here, but when we were at Lancaster, we beat him at their homecoming, and he had 4 touchdowns and 365 yards, but not 6 touchdowns.
Maybe that might be.
That's a lot.
That might be a record.
That's a lot.
That man, oh man.
Yeah, he was a one-man wrecking crew that night.
Nice boot.
Coming
This is
to the
going to be getting pursued. And that's going to be Ryan Chambers in on the tackle.
He's got that edge covered.
Tommy Huff, yeah. He had a blocker out in front. Chambers shed his blocker, got in there, and got the tackle.
Nice play, Ryan.
Ryan Chambers on the
Buck
tackle.
36 and counting.
Clock keeps moving down. Running out on time.
Looks
running
like
out on Westfield.
Yep. Looks like Trent Forehand getting a little defensive time out there.
Yeah, he is.
Line. Looks like we might be shorthanded.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yep. Tate's back out there. Yeah, there we go. Get back in there, Tate. And they're just going to kneel it. You can hear the crowd giving their chant of approval for getting T-Bug in. Trent Forehand. Clock continues to wind down. We're under 40 seconds.
Yep, and they're just going to take a knee. And that's going to be all.
And that will that'll do it
end
for
the ball
tonight.
game.
All right, so Hornets come away with a homecoming victory, 57-6 against the Westfield Pioneers. Wow,
Yeah,
Jerry, that's substantial.
That is.
Substantial.
I honestly don't remember
57 points on the board.
57-6 at all.
And again, when's the last time you've had one offensive player score 6 touchdowns? I don't know.
I don't know either, but
We're going to have to put our statisticians and our historians to work. You know who we should give a call to? Maybe Mr. Ken Feed. He might have that
he
information.
might.
The guy's a plethora of information. Hey, hats off to the Westfield Pioneers. Those
Absolutely.
kids, shorthanded, 18 players. They played hard all night, every single play. They never gave up at all. Nothing.
They really did. They battled.
Yeah.
They got kind of banged up a little bit physically. You saw Momfrey's in there limping around, but still in there playing tough. Hats off to those guys.
Yep.
For the effort that they gave
Yeah.
from start to finish.
Absolutely. Yeah, you can't. I mean, the scoreboard does not show you how hard they played tonight, because there was not one single play that they just tossed their hat in and said, nah, let's give up on this one. Every single play, they were in there for it. We just a better team tonight. Absolutely.
Yep.
Thank you. Have a good night.
Platteville at Platteville.
Check one. Yeah. So, yeah, just to give you guys a little heads up, next week will be at Platteville. It's an away game. We'll be on the turf, which will be, it's a different experience. We get that every other year to play in that stadium. So, a unique thing for the kids.
It is.
They get a little bit of a feel of that different ground under their feet, if you will, and it does make a difference. Not having that grass under you, but artificial grass and
it'll
rubber pellets.
It'll be even interesting for our crew where they end up sticking us.
Exactly.
Because a lot of times when they have when we've been there scouting and calling plays and crow's nest type stuff, we're at the top level.
Yeah.
So you need.
We're going to get some binocs.
I'll bring the binocs.
I was going to say, Jared, because my eyesight's getting worse. I find myself finding readers. I got to use the readers for crying out loud.
Yep.
So,
and of course, if I was up there shouting from the top, and you're inside glass too, so I can shout all you want. They can't hear you.
Doesn't do you a darn bit of good.
No,
not at all. Not at all. Well, this is a heck of a win for the Hornets, especially coming on a homecoming night. As a matter of fact, Jerry, why don't we do this? Let's see if we can get Matt to run our commercial for us.
Okay.
And we want to give a big shout out to Ed and Trinda Wells, again for helping out with support on our live stream tonight. So huge thank you to them, and then also to Foremost Farms. And we're going to step away for just a second and hear a word from Foremost.
Here at Foremost Farms, just like football, we understand the value of a great team. It takes a complete team effort to be the largest cheese producer in the great state of Wisconsin. If you'd like to join our team, apply now at foremostfarms.com careers. Go Hornets!
Looks like we got a little bit of rain starting to fall right at the end of the game here. So got some drops coming down.
Really?
Boy, it held off till just now. How about that?
Yeah,
I can
perfect
smell
timing.
it. Perfect timing. All these folks are going to get wet getting into their cars. Good luck, Tracy. That sounds good. Sounds good. Yeah, this has been awesome. Just it held off for just the right time.
Is that a final?
Little shower.
But Prairie's up 21-0.
21, yeah, so we got 21-0 right now, Prairie over Valley. So,
He must be.
yeah. So, rain continuing to fall. Man, oh man. On a just a great night.
Puts us in second place.
Great night for everything, yeah. So far what we're hearing is that, had to get rid of the hair. So far what we're hearing, Prairie up 21-0 on Valley. And they got beat by Broadhead Judah. That would be their 2 conference losses. That'd put us in second place. The other thing that we failed to mention tonight, this win gets us into the playoffs. We are playoff bound.
We're playoff bound at this point, and that's one of the goals that the kids had and the coaching staff had coming into it. And boy, that sounds sweet, doesn't it?
Doesn't it, though?
I mean, it really does.
We had it last year, but it took us down to the wire to get to playoffs.
Yeah.
Kind of a weird season and whatnot. A couple players coming up. Looks like we got Trent Forehand and maybe the man of the hour.
I think so.
Bryce Hillers.
I think so.
We'll see if we can get T-Boogie in here right away.
Hey.
Nice job, gentlemen. T-Boog, we're going to get this into here for you.
Good job, guys. Awesome.
Let's see if we get the hot mic going. Hang on 1 second. Hold on, guys. Just a second here. We'll get you guys going. Hot mic. There we go. Now we got it.
There you go.
Now we got it. Get in here, buddy. What do you think about tonight?
Oh, it's a fun night. Play like a team, and that's the results we're going to get.
We got to scratch. It's kind of scratchy. Try her again there, buddy. There we go. Try her again.
Oh.
It's getting kind of bunchy.
Yeah, it's like it's got a.
We can hear it. You can't.
Yeah.
All right, hang on to it right there. Let's see what happens.
Oh.
So tonight's win. Yeah, you're good.
All right.
Go ahead. Tonight's win. What do you think?
Great win. We all play like a team, and I mean, you saw the results. When we all play like a team, it's going to be great.
Line tonight was, I mean, absolutely
Phenomenal.
amazing. The guy behind you doesn't get to do what he does until you guys do what you do, and you guys executed it perfectly tonight.
Yeah, I think it just starts at practice. I mean, we all just came in, we're communicating, we all just wanted a big win this week, and I think that's what happens when you practice hard.
Big win, huh?
Yep.
Yeah,
Were you thinking 57-6 kind of big win?
Maybe not warm-ups, but
How's it feel to be in the playoffs again?
it feels great. I mean, last year when we got that win against Wisconsin Dells, I mean, it was the best feeling ever, and hopefully we can make it go farther this year.
Yeah.
You betcha.
Yeah. So we wanted to give. Actually, we're going to bring Hillers over here a little bit too. We want to give both you boys an update. We've been listening.
Yeah, this
in
is
a little
gonna
bit.
be a shock.
This might be a little shocker for you guys. Prairie up 21-0 on Valley right now.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. 21-0. Prairie is. So that kind of puts things into a little
It's
bit of
not
perspective.
It's not a final, but
No, not a final, but
they're
anyway.
up on them by 3
Yeah.
scores.
You bet.
That's good.
It's all right. Makes you kind of feel a little good. A little bit of the icing on the cake for tonight's
It
win.
kind of
What do you
is.
think? And to get this kind of win on a homecoming night.
Yeah, that's great. I mean, I'm just glad we could have put on for the student section. I mean, you could hear them when you're down over there scoring a touchdown. They're going crazy. Without them, it wouldn't be the same.
Yeah.
This was a heck of an atmosphere tonight. It
They
really
were
was.
they were amazing. They were amazing this evening.
Yeah.
Mr. Forehand?
Yep.
Excellent
Congratulations,
job.
Trent.
Hey, and way to get in there a couple
Great
defensive
job.
snaps.
Yeah.
Love
Yeah.
to see that,
I
buddy.
was hoping I'd get it.
Am
All
I
right.
hold it close enough this time?
Yeah, you're good.
Last time I didn't hold it close.
You're fine.
Yeah.
You're all right. You're all right. So, coming into tonight's game, we just talked about, this 57-6 win. Maybe we didn't see that coming. Did you think 6 tonight? Were you thinking 6 scores? Yeah, you were
Oh,
thinking.
me? No. 6 total, yes. Trox said he wanted 40.
Yeah.
40-50 at half. He wanted the game over at halftime. I think
Yeah.
he did that.
I think I would agree.
Yeah,
I would
and,
agree.
and to get 6.5.
Yeah.
I mean, that's
Yeah, that was pretty good.
We're gonna
That's
try
like
and do a little.
awesome.
We got to do a little digging. We're gonna try and find out from some of our resident analysts that we have here, mainly Ken Thied. I'm gonna have to throw him a text later tonight. Ask him if he can remember 6.5. We're gonna see if we can get.
I can't.
Yeah,
don't
and this
remember
guy's way older
Yeah.
than I am. I mean,
Oh yeah, I'm way older.
no, I mean it's good stuff. What did you see tonight? I mean, we're up here in the crow's nest. We can see certain things. What did you see tonight that was? I mean, besides a bunch of green, that allowed those things to happen for you to get to the spots, to get to the to the edge, to the outside, wherever those slots were for you to get those CDs.
I think it was definitely alignment, opening it up second level. Just had to they have one guy for me, and then one guy's not going to do a whole lot.
Right.
Not to, like, toot my own horn or anything.
Right.
But the alignment opened it up all night, all the way to the second level. Then we got Davis and Fogel leading second level. Just Boz out there corner. His best
Yeah,
blocking corner.
I was just gonna say.
Best blocking receiver in the state. I'll say it right now.
No, we had some great receiver blocking tonight. I thought I noticed it.
You hit on everything that Jerry and I were talking about during the game, because we saw that too. It was like all aspects of the running game, because you need those things too.
Yeah,
if you're going to get to
definitely.
the outside or whatever, you got to have that receiver out there putting the block on. They're doing an amazing job tonight. So that's awesome. The foot was doing pretty good tonight too.
Yeah, I still don't think that one PAT missed.
I saw you. You were like, what?
I asked to have a ref more, and he said about that much.
Yeah.
I guess.
Yeah.
We'll let him have
And
it.
the field goal was it left? Was it wide left?
Yeah, left.
But it was
and we
was
can't
probably
see
good
the-
from 63.
We were thinking 63.
Yeah.
You
We-
might have
we-
gotten it in.
It was a 43-yard attempt, and it hit by
I think we hit the track.
Yeah.
So that's
So, I
good.
mean, yeah.
Love to see the
I think it
luxury.
was
Straight one
working
of
for
them
you
out.
tonight.
Yeah. Hey, and then your brother gets in and does a little work.
Yeah. I told him if he missed, he's gonna have to walk home. So he did all right.
Well, he didn't.
No, he did.
Yeah, he's good.
No, he did. Excellent job tonight, sir.
Yep.
Thank you.
Way to go,
Amazing
Bryce.
effort.
Heck of a game.
You bet.
Awesome job.
Keep it up, bud. All right.
Good luck next week, you guys.
One more for us. Here's a guy.
Oh boy.
Here's a guy coming in. How's it going, Cookie?
Good.
You got a smile on your face about as wide as mine.
Heck of a win tonight.
That
It
feels
is.
okay. That feels
it's-
okay.
I don't think I've ever been a part of a game like this before. Not
Yeah.
even when I wasn't playing in high school.
Yeah.
It's 40-0 at half, and it's just
Right.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
That's a crazy
you know?
feeling.
That is.
That's a crazy
So-
feeling. So we saw some things tonight. Obviously, with Connor being out, we got to change things up in the receiving game. We put Dyshawn Lee in the back, right? He's got a couple of nice. Well, the first one, nice little run. Second one, I think he was trying to. I see the eyes.
Dyshawn just gives me a heart attack on the sideline. And that was exactly what I told Connor as I'm walking down the sideline. Like, he's going to give me a heart attack.
Yeah.
Here. I'm not feeling comfortable here.
But
he did a good job.
He really
You know,
did.
He fields the ball.
And
as
when he
best as
does field the
can,
ball,
and he's a weapon out there.
Man,
As soon as he
oh,
gets that
man.
ball,
That kid's
I mean,
got
it's
jets.
just- he's dangerous when he gets the ball.
He
out there.
certainly
in free
is.
space. There's no
and
way.
we saw that tonight. I mean, he's got that. We can see it with like a guy like Brock Lewis. We know he's got that second gear. You can see it with Bryce Hillers when he's planting a foot, making a cut, and then he's got the second gear. And then you get this kid coming in here too, and all of a sudden it's like that touchdown play to him was over in about 3 seconds.
And the thing we said last week when we talked to Coach Darling the defense has been kind of setting the table all year, but now the special teams is doing it too.
Yeah.
And field position is huge, and the
We had it
defense
all
and
night.
special teams are giving our offense a chance to be successful, and they're turning it into
Absolutely.
points.
Absolutely.
So it's a three-tiered game right now, and it's awesome.
And that's the way we coach it in practice,
Yeah.
and that's why we get these kids to understand that special teams is still a part of this game. And
Yeah.
you need to give
Oh,
it your all.
huge.
Right.
So
Short field all night tonight.
yeah,
Yeah.
that first quarter was weird. I'm standing there on the 50, because that's where all my tees and stuff are, and I'm like, I haven't moved this whole first half. Like, this is a weird feeling. Like, usually we go back and forth, and I'm moving. And
Not tonight.
Not at all. I mean,
Not
it
tonight.
was,
You didn't even break a sweat, did you?
Oh, I'm always sweating.
Okay. I knew that. Oh man. So and we've been talking, with the score 57-6, and then to do it on homecoming night, kind of the icing on the cake.
Yeah, I mean that's just present for the fans.
Yeah.
And there was a lot of people in the stands tonight, and
There really
and
was.
They deserve to see a win like this, and a team that performed the way that we did. I couldn't be happier.
Yeah. We did say that when we were kind of panning the crowd. The stadium was packed, and then we even took a look at the numbers that we had on the online. We still had 115 people viewing. I mean, it's just
We
been
might
great.
need a bigger stadium.
You think so?
Yeah, we might.
What do you think about this? What do you think about this turf thing? Maybe we get some turf.
Yeah,
in?
we could
Get some
probably
turf, put some stands over there.
Yeah, now we're talking.
Yeah.
Now we're talking. Well, Cookie, awesome job tonight.
Yeah,
Appreciate
awesome
you coming
job.
up.
Thank you much.
Talking
Keep it
with
rolling.
us.
Next week at Platteville.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, hey, take this down to your coaches, would you? Last time we heard, Prairie up on Valley 21-0.
Yeah, I will let them know. Hey,
Yeah.
we're gonna party hard.
Yeah. We'll get that off camera.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks, Coach.
Thank you.
All right, so tonight, again, huge win for the Hornet football team, 57-6. Yeah, I don't want to take 10 points away from it, for crying out loud. 57-6 on just a spectacular evening. All facets of the game. Our offense just exploded tonight behind Bryce Hillers and the rest. And again, we said he doesn't, and he admitted. That's the great thing about a kid like that. And we're talking about Connor Ellenson too. He comes, how did you make, and he rattles off all the things that have to, he's talking about all that stuff. Those kids are using their head.
Yep, very cerebral, very unselfish, giving credit to where credit is due, and talked about Sam Bosworth being the best blocking.
Yeah, he stated
wide
it tonight.
receiver.
Best one in the
tonight
best
you
one in the
saw
state.
it.
Yeah,
and Brock Lewis too.
Yeah.
I mean, you saw people putting a hand on people downfield, and if you're going to break those, that's what it takes.
Yeah.
Like he said, I can make one guy miss.
Right. But he can't make them all miss.
Yeah, and so
Yeah. Despite all of his best efforts.
it was a colossal effort all the way across.
Yep.
I've been impressed by our offensive line. The last 2 weeks, they have really gelled. They really have come together.
And definitely established what we're going to do throughout the game. I mean, we were completely run heavy tonight, but then when we needed to pass, great pass protection for Pauls to step in there. And again, he's filling in some big shoes. All of the passes that he had, nothing was out of sorts for him. I mean, very comfortable in that position, stepping in there. A few passes just across off the fingertips. Had some beautiful completions. I'm thinking of the one to Nate Fogo down here. Awesome pitch and catch there. And a bullet, he fired that thing in there. So hats off to him. Hats off to the coaching staff for having to make those adjustments. All the way around, Jerry, tonight was just it was quite the display from the Hornets team.
I got to the stadium tonight, and one of the first bits of information that you shared with me was that we weren't going to have Connor Ellenson. I'm like, oh, wow. I mean, because I just know what Connor brings to the table.
Right.
And all the different facets of the game and how he impacts all three. And you know what? A huge credit to those basically three individuals that stepped into those three spots. Dyshawn Lee on the punt return game. Drew Poles played a heck of a game at quarterback.
Yep.
And then at safety, Trevin Thielman stepped up and just gave us a great effort. So, I mean, that's what it's all about. It's about, hey, next guy up and who can step in and do the job. And hopefully we get Connor back because obviously he's a senior and heck of a player. And we really want him to be able to finish the year strong. But that's what happens. In this game, people get hurt.
I was just going to say that, Jerry. That's the thing you don't know. I mean, you never know from 1 week to the next. And we've got our fingers crossed so far with all of the, the other stuff that goes on outside of just the injuries and things like that. The COVID and you never know. I mean,
last year we dealt with that.
Yeah,
we come to the game and we didn't always know who we had.
Yeah.
So,
yep.
And you had people step up. So that's what football is about. That's what sports are about. That next guy in, and you saw that tonight from all three phases. And hats off to those three kids because what a great job, stepping into a tough position and really holding hold and serve.
Some good senior leadership out there tonight with that. So next week we're at Platteville. We're in the stadium, UW Platteville Stadium, against Platteville, and we'll be bringing that game 7 o'clock. We'll try to give it a little pregame like we did this evening. So hopefully we can have you folks tune in next week at Platteville against the Platteville Hillmen.
Yeah.
Signing off, and we'll see you folks next Friday.
See you next Friday. Have a great weekend.
All right. Take care, folks.